Oh, we should be big. Oh, but the picture's so cool.
The picture's cool,
We'll
so
let
we're
the
small, but
picture
they
be
can
cool.
see us. Yeah. And we have retired Inspector Bruce. Hello from Petaluma.
We
Back
are
from my
live.
back from my visit to Pittsburgh for my wife's family reunion. Oh, that's pretty cool. And he's here right on the hour.
He nailed it for 7 o'clock. He's got the timestamp to prove it. You get 4 points. Retired Inspector Bruce, Buddy Carfano, Patrick Sullivan, Mexican Spec, Lester LeSabre, Faith and Braden Channel.
That's a new channel.
You all get 3 points for jumping in and getting a 7 p.m. timestamp. It's good when people are here on time because it kind of tells the algorithm that something's happening. Maybe. We hope that's how it works. I have no freaking clue. If we had it figured out,
Nobody knows.
yeah, if we had it figured out, we'd be doing a little better than we are. But I think we're doing great because we're here with friends. We are streaming live from Clarksville, Tennessee via fiber optic cable through the YouTube. And we thank them because they allow us to be in full HD high definition, 7,000 kilobits per second. Per second. Can you imagine, like in the late 80s, early 90s, if you tried to tell some computer geek that we'd be streaming in 7,000K per second, they'd be like, "What?"
When I
Be
first
like,
got
"Yeah, every second we send that."
when I first got online, I remember we were sending emails. We were just amazed that the emails only took 45 minutes to get across the country. And sending a picture, just a still picture, was a grainy looking, terrible thing, and it took forever to load. I never thought we'd have stream video, high definition video.
Right.
Hey, Colby Queso's here. Faith and Braden, yeah, you said that. Luis is here. Straight Bullets here. Yeah, look at that 55 Chevy. I'm going to put that back up, too.
Welcomes and greetings all around. It is Tuesday night. Some people thought yesterday was Tuesday, but today is Tuesday. Don't heckle people too hard about it. Sometimes you wake up and you're like in a daze and you don't know what day it is. I hope you all were able to stop in and say hello to Dougster over at Dougster Wolverine Garage. He will be in. Max Wed Dix Dasterly is here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Patrick Sullivan is here. Where's Patrick from? Is he from? He's global. We are global, people. This is a phenomenon, you know? And I am fortunate to be here with your host and namesake of the channel, Buff Del Campo. And I am able to sponge off his superstar power to
I'm gonna put it back up just because I thought it was pretty cool.
To tinker on my little projects. And we are still unpacking and cleaning up from the No Name Nationals. There he is! I was just talking about the Dougster.
There he is. He's
I hope you've recovered from last night, Dougster.
Patrick Sullivan's from Illinois. No, it's Illinois.
If you guys don't know Dougster Wolverine Garage, have never checked in with his live, are not subscribed to his channel, what are you doing? Check out Dougster. He's a friend, and he is very entertaining. Potato to you, Mr. Dougster.
You still have that potato?
I have the potato. It's
that
been
one's
sitting
growing.
Here well, there's light that comes in from
it might grow. Last
the
year's
window.
didn't grow.
Oh, I'm bummed. Turned a rod bearing Friday night. Ouch! What happened?
Not good.
What happened? On a max wedge. Looks like you have a lot to do. You're going to have to pull it out. And
did you get the smell out of the AC duct? The AC duct's still laying outside.
Still laying outside, but I mean,
blowing through it.
The snake skin and the dead mouse is out of the duct. Now, there's still some odors in the house. Someone said that if you smell like urine smell, that it could be the snake. But we evicted the other snake. Remember we had some shorts and a little video about him.
The majority of the smell is gone.
Oh, I mean, the dead mouse was just like, it was like, whoa, it was like a punch in the face every time the furnace came on. I was like, this cannot stand. I had to crawl in that little space. Anyways, if you guys want to see me dealing with stuff around the house, that video is up Is it on my channel? It is.
So
It's
Hippie
it's
Long.
on the Kim Fixes Things channel where I had to do some home maintenance.
What was I saying? Hippie Long says, so the question is, you replace vent pipes in the house? No, we're cleaning them.
I had to clean it.
We
I know. Hippie Long
that
was
would be
saying
a
this
that
is
would be a
about your
that would be
health.
that would be a major project.
The thing of it is the mice will just chew right into the new ones and do the same thing. I can't afford to just be throwing good money after bad. And it's not my house.
Oh yeah, it's my house.
It's
Well,
not really
it's
your
not
house.
my house either.
It's a difficult situation where we're in charge of the house. We're responsible for the house. But like we're not going to sell it and make money. It doesn't belong to us.
It's in a family trust. So
well, you don't have to tell people your business.
well, no, I'm gonna just say, yeah, it's there's like brothers and sisters and former wives.
Right.
And
We
all
don't want
these,
to neglect the house
and-
because
and-
it's our responsibility, and
kids
we are
and grandkids, and we all own the thing.
we're doing our best to be good stewards, but within reason. We're not made of money. You
Oh,
know?
ads just went up and I missed it.
Ads. That's early for
Yeah,
ads.
I missed the clicker.
Mark Sauvé is here. Welcome in, making a sandwich and I could hear you. Well, Mark Sauvé, you've missed some of the greetings, but it's okay. Oh, Max Wedge hit the rev limiter before he spun a rod bearing. Rod bearing? Oh. See, to me, it's sort of strange, the whole rod bearing thing. Like, I've had engines that were just worn out, but like spinning a rod bearing is a unique thing that happens because something else has failed. It's
I want to say something about this.
Go ahead.
This is the thumbnail I put up, and 55 Chevy. When I was a senior in high school, that was a 17-year-old car. That was like the equivalent of having what, a 08, 07, no, 08, like an 08 Chevy Cavalier right now, or not Cavalier, Malibu or something right now. It's not an expensive car. It was just, that's something kids could buy. And they just exactly like this. Take the front bumper out, cut the wheel well way out, and stick big wheels on it. That's a typical high school car when I was in high school, right there. But I'm not going to leave it up for long. And, that was like a $500 car.
Braden was giving us the weather report. It does seem very mild. Enjoy it. A couple weeks of they used to call it Indian summer.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Hecky was asking if anybody knows if you can put 275/70 15s on the rear of a 73 Charger. 275 seems like a lot. You're going to be pushing, it's going to be close. So yeah, don't do it without getting some kind of like numbers, because that seems really 275 is a big number. And a 73 Charger is a pretty big car. But I'm sure it didn't have that big on from the factory. I don't know how much room you got. So if anybody knows, tell us in chat.
And there's offset and all that kind of thing.
Hippie Long says the trust should cover the repairs. Hippie Long, I'm so sorry. You have this idea that things are a way that they are not.
Like the trust is something with a big old pocket of money.
Right.
The trust is a house
The trust
that's owned.
fund.
The house is owned by a trust, and I'm responsible for paying half the property taxes, which has to come out of my Social Security. And there's nothing in the trust other than a piece of property. It's just so when I'm gone, there isn't a big old troublesome mess.
I pay my rent, and all of that goes to expenses. Like there's nothing left over when you're done paying the bills. It's not like it's an income-producing property. Okay, and for it to become an income-producing property, a large amount of money would have to be invested by somebody that doesn't exist. There's nobody who wants to invest all the money to rent or sell the property, so we are just here maintaining.
Can you make that go again?
I can. Somebody was saying, who was it now? Dean says they aren't HVAC pipes. They are mystical house mouse versus snake racing portals. That's it. It just so happens that
we had
we
a
get
snake
heat
come out of
through
it
them.
one time. Yeah.
They're dual purpose.
Rob's Rod and Streetcars. Says, howdy, everybody. Hello, how are you doing?
Hecky, the 50 series tire, they'd just be really low and wide. So that would be weird. Yeah, they would be a little small. They would look weird in the back, I think. And a 70 series tire would make more sense on that vintage of a car. I don't know.
So I'm gonna
ask some people what they have on their car, and hopefully somebody can throw it out. But not everybody has a 73 Charger. What is this? High school car?
Well, Royd Korsmeyer,
Royd
Korsmeyer that comes in here sometimes, sent me this, or a link to this. And there was a guy that was in our high school that had a 63 Chevy, looked about like this, only it didn't have a solid axle like this. It had a tubing axle, but it looked about as silly as this thing did. And he used to drive it around. Just that was what he cruised town with and take to school. And yeah, that's kind of my era high school. Drive stuff like this on the street.
You know what problem I've been having this week? I keep tripping over all these gold bars. Do you think you could find a place?
The gold bars.
Yeah, you think you could find a place to bury them or something? Because I am just sick. They're just everywhere. And the buckets of gold coins.
And I know a guy like that. No guy like that.
That isn't real.
It is real.
I'll believe it when I see it.
No, it is real. Oh God, he's got buckets of gold coins.
If anybody knows the answer to Hacky's
so I'm gonna close
tire
this.
size questions, please spit it out. But I just don't know.
And this came from Andrew Button, who put me in the Ford. We were talking about Ford Taunus. So he found it.
Oh, Grease Belly Garage is here. Welcome in. Okay, keep going.
So he found a picture, wanted to put me in it. That's all. Go on.
That's a great picture. Thank you so much for making that picture. Tim, welcome in. Everybody's stopping in. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here on a Tuesday night to share some memories, some stories, and make sure if you have. So tonight's topic, what are we calling it? High school cars?
Oh, it's like, which is high school parking lot or something. It's like, okay, yeah, we'll show some of those. But
what car did you dream of having, or what cars did you see in the parking lot when you were in high school? And I think that will break into some stories. A lot of stories. I think I can keep them talking for a couple of hours, and you guys hopefully will enjoy it. Grease Belly Garage is taking a break and relaxing. Perfect. Make sure you have a beverage, some wobble pops, as some people call them. I have coffee that keeps me going, and some snacks. Junk food is always recommended.
I'm being told.
And
why don't I see any pictures coming in? Okay, Braden, I don't see pictures coming in yet, but they probably will.
Give it a moment. I'm going to give you the email address, which is buffdelcampo@gmail.com.
I don't know why these are.
And that will allow you, if you want to send a picture, it doesn't have to be your picture. It can just be something you find on a Google search.
But your pictures are really appreciated.
If you can send pictures of your project. I mean, most of our projects are the result of something that we thought would be our dream car back in high school. We're all trying to relive our youth a little bit, maybe.
Grease Billy says he's drumming coffee, but then he corrects it to drinking, which makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. This is like my third cup of coffee, so I should be good for a couple of hours of zippy, and following this chat.
Oh, Luis.
As it rips by.
I had Burger King for dinner today. You
ate a lot of Burger King.
Man, I wish I could do that. I can't do that anymore.
You know what I learned about Burger King from eating at Burger King?
The carbs are too high?
Well, no. I worked at a place, and it was about a mile from a Burger King, so sometimes I would dip out of work and zip over to the Burger King for lunch. This is years ago. And I learned that something about every time I got a Whopper, nice big hamburger, and it was a good
That's
sandwich.
what I always had. Whopper
and they
with
put
cheese.
Real tomatoes and onions. It was good. Well, I realized that I would get really sick for days after I ate a Whopper, and I couldn't figure out why. It turns out I am violently allergic to sesame seeds, and they put all those sesame seeds on the bun, and they do terrible, terrible things to my insides. no sesame seeds, no sesame oil. So, yeah, that's what I learned. I finally figured it out. I have several allergies, and that's one of the ones that is like, if I eat one sesame seed, I will know. I
Okay,
will know. I'll know where it is because it
Braden,
gives me bad.
you might check where you sent that because I still don't have it.
Okay.
You might be on a really slow connection, or you might have
Sometimes it takes a little while for things to
missed.
filter
Yeah, I don't
through.
know. Usually,
Don't see it though. Don't
well,
see
and
it
that's
yet.
another thing. If there's a lot of attachments, sometimes that slows it down a bit.
Yeah.
So that's, and he sends in, oh, like 25 attachments at once.
Greasebelly Garage becomes the Burper King. Oh, I see. Greasebelly Garage wanted a full-size Ford van in high school for a while.
That
A
tells me
van.
when you were in high school.
Right, there was a time where the vans
The
were
vans
all
with
the
things.
rage.
I knew a guy. I was just telling her a story, and he bought a new Chevy van with nothing in it, so he's gonna do a van conversion. But that's when CB radios were a big thing. Well, the day he got it, he climbed up on the roof and took a drill and drilled 2 holes in the roof, right where the driver sits, so he could attach his CB bracket to the inside. I couldn't believe he took a brand new van and drilled holes through the roof. Yeah, because there's other ways to mount that. We were all laughing at him.
Dougster was saying someone drove a Buick Century wagon. What year? If you had to pick a year Buick Century wagon, I like the 76, okay. Those 90s Buick
See
Centuries were
that
everywhere. That was such a soccer mom
see
car.
that blue one down there in the lower right corner?
This one.
I had one of those.
Yeah.
It was
What would that had? Like a 3.8 Buick?
Mine had a 2.8.
Here you go.
It had the same engine that JB has in his.
The 2.8 in a Century wagon?
Yeah, it's a front driver. It was fine.
I mean, I guess soccer mom car, yeah.
It's fine. Well, the other option is the Iron Duke 4-cylinder.
D-Man, welcome to the stream. Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab is also here.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome in, Dr. Art. We haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well.
Lester LeSabre, which now it says Lester LeSabre on the side of your Jeep thing. What is that thing? Bronco.
Oh, it does, because
he gave
Lester made a sizable donation to the
so
new
she
radiator.
she wrote his name on the side
It's
of
right there on the fender
Oh.
for all to see.
Here we go. We've got emails from. I got an email from Mexican Spec, so I'll start downloading that. But I wanted to read something up here. What was it? Lester Sabre says, "Wherever there's a Burger King, the whole neighborhood smells like Burger King."
Probably a 73 four-door Century, not the wagon. Yeah, okay. I got to do it right. If Dougster asks, I will make sure.
Grease Billy says my high school girlfriend had a '67 Corvair in '89. It was cool, man. I like those Corvair. That's a second-gen Corvair. That's a nice looking car.
It's not giving me the four-door Century. 73.
73 is the same body style as like Dylan Levi's. It's that body, but it's a Buick.
It doesn't
There's
want to
one.
show
There's
me.
one. There's one right there.
Oh, what a boat!
Those were.
I got me a Chrysler. It's as big as a whale, and it's about to set sail.
So what is this one? There's some kind of a picture here that I don't know what
Oh,
it is.
Braden says he thinks he got it right this time. Mexican Spec sent Dr. Art an email. Dr. Art, you're not responding to Mexican Spec? Come now.
Who did that? I download a picture. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, whose Mopar is that? I'll bring that up. Do you want me to bring that picture
No,
up?
I know what that is. That's Max Wedge. Yeah, bring that picture. I thought it was up. Yeah, that's Dick Dashley's car that he...
Nobody in high school had a car like that.
That's probably the one with the...
That kicks butt.
Yeah, that's the one that broke, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know the details of everybody's
Okay, now
car. I've been trying to keep track.
I
Hey,
was
at some point in the stream, we're going to talk about this. There's
broken
more to
parts.
the story than this just meets the eye. I thought about it.
Oh, there's JB. Yeah, that's what it's just like JB's car.
Hey,
That
JB.
that engine.
That's not JB, that's JB.
Oh, that's not JB's. Oh, that's the other JB.
Yeah,
That's the other JB.
Welcome in, JB. Yeah, JB's Little Shop is a different
Two
person.
JBs. Yeah, it just confused me a little bit, but I know the difference.
Mexican Spec says, nobody. I had a 63 Plymouth. Mexican Spec, you had some stuff.
Okay, and the Mexican Spec sent this in.
It's a little small. Oh, it's bigger. Little Pinto. In high school? See, I was a little
Well, I was going to bring up.
too young for that era. Those cars were rotted away by the time I was in high school.
Let me show
That's
you.
scary.
This is an actual picture. I'm going to pull
actual
up.
Picture?
Actual picture from my high school yearbook. Here it is. That picture right there. The girl that got this car, she's kind of a spoiled rich kid. That's a brand new Pinto, 1972. And all the kids are climbing in it. And she was the head cheerleader and, one of those kind of kids. So her parents bought her this new Pinto.
Nice.
And that was, it doesn't even have license plates on it yet. Straight from the dealer to high school, she's showing it off and all these kids are climbing in. Took a picture that got in the high school yearbook. So I remembered that picture. Last night I went and scanned it. So there it is. There it is.
That's super cool.
And I do remember
Thank you, Del Campo.
I remember some of those kids' names, but I don't remember all of them. And they're all my age now. They're all 71 years old.
That's what happens.
Man.
As time goes by, people
and
get
that
old.
car is probably long gone.
Well, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Luis, the Ford Pintos weren't that bad.
You know what?
They had a reputation,
you
but
know
it
why it
wasn't
had that
really
reputation?
justified.
Because the lawyers got a hold of it.
Yeah.
What happened was...
Money. Oh, don't tell the story of the Pinto.
Well, wait a minute. A second-gen Camaro. It's like a 77 Camaro, something like that. Big, heavy car going 70 miles an hour, rear-ended a Pinto that was sitting still waiting to make a left turn. Any small car that got rear-ended by a car that heavy would have had problems, So, Pinto did have when you pushed it in the back, it did pull the fuel nozzle out of the, whatever you call it, the filler neck out of the tank, and gas went all over. But
all right, here's another Dougster approved. It is an 80 New Yorker. The New Yorker. Yeah, that looks like the car that Grandma gives you because Grandma's not driving anymore and you need something to get to... I got to get that out of there. We've got green screen problems. And you need something to get your butt to school and to work. Or to get you home from, like he said, get home from cheerleading practice, because you have to stay after school, right? So you got to have a way to get home. And Mom and Dad are busy. They can't come and pick you up every day after school for cheerleading practice, So you have to have your own little car. And then your friends can run around and go places. And your parents don't have to do that anymore. So they give you Grandma's old Chrysler New Yorker.
That didn't happen with me. You want a car? We'll sign for your driver's license if you save up the money for a car. And if you have enough money for 1 year's insurance, which you bought it by a year then. So that was the deal with me. And you know what?
You weren't a spoiled little rich kid.
You know what? I did it.
You definitely were not a spoiled little rich kid.
3 years of work.
I had lots of friends. I bought my first car and paid my parents back for the money I borrowed with my first paycheck.
Bet it wasn't a new car.
It was great. Dougster knows it was Grandma's car because she stopped driving. You know what? A lot of these kids, Grandma still owned the car and paid the insurance on it, right? And that was one of the conditions, right? You had to take Grandma to the grocery store, and
I never heard of such a thing.
Or take Grandma to church. I had to take my Grandma to church, but I had my own car. But it got to be my job to take Grandma to the grocery store. Oh my God, Grandma took 2 hours at the grocery store. She was so
sounds
slow.
like us now.
Oh my God. Like, I mean, I just want to run in and get the things I need and be out. Like, 15 minutes, you know? Grandma's like walking down the aisles. She's reading the cans. And it's like, oh my God, Grandma, what are you doing?
Hey, Hippie Wong brings up something. He says, that's when the government saved Chrysler. Everybody thinks, I don't know, everybody thinks, most people think the government lent money to Chrysler. They absolutely did not.
They lent it
What
to them?
They did not.
No, they just signed for their credit.
What they did was, it was like an FHA loan or something. They guaranteed the loan. If Chrysler didn't pay it back, they guaranteed the loan would be paid back. Chrysler not only paid it back, they paid it back way early. And so the government, it cost the government nothing. Chrysler pulled that off themselves.
I remember when you could get a beat up used car for like a couple $100.
So this is another car that came up that.
Oh, okay, another picture.
Buddy Carfano.
The
sent this in.
Obnoxious football players had IROCs. Their older brothers had IROCs.
Can't imagine having this in high school.
Right? None of the kids I knew had IROCs, but their older brothers had IROCs. Oh my gosh. They were always so obnoxious. Bullies.
What's this?
It was like so, oh my gosh, IROCs.
Oh, here's pictures.
I love it. I almost want one though. They were such cool cars. I know why they liked them.
Who is this?
They were always doing burnouts and stuff with them. And then they were jerks.
Who sent this to me? You gotta put your screen name.
Oh, D-Man had a 77 Lincoln Town Car. That sounds like Grandma's car. That does. Green inside it. A green 77 Lincoln Town Car. Okay, I'm getting one of those
Tim.
too.
Is that Tim? Tim, are you?
I don't know.
Did you send me a picture of this? Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up because I can't remember everybody's real names and stuff. That was done at no name. Look at down lower right hand corner.
Oh, it says Dougster in the hello, my name is.
Yeah, but then down there it says Kim Fixes Things.
Oh, this is Tim's. Because that's where I signed Tim's.
So that's why I was asking if this was Tim's.
Right.
Did I sign this anywhere?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, there it is, Buckdale Campo with my shaky hand.
Yeah. So the 77, and then there's the Camaro, IROC. Oh, the IROC didn't exist when I was in school. Nope, it didn't. Okay.
When I was in school, the second gen Camaro had just come out.
77 Lincoln Town Car. I can imagine how would that have been a cool car? That wouldn't have been a cool car.
That? No, everybody laughed at that.
Yeah, and the gas mileage was probably terrible compared to some little.
When I was in high school, nobody cared about gas
car.
mileage. Gas was still 29 cents a gallon for premium.
They cared when I was in school.
Yeah, you're different era.
It was a completely different era. The TBI Camaros were under 200 horsepower. Yeah, no, they weren't really that powerful, but they looked really like they were going to be, and I didn't know.
What's this? Mike Slater says, I'm the guy that told Kim she sounds like a lawyer sometimes. What?
Yes. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I get into...
You sound like a lawyer?
Sometimes. D-Man says, that's it. The same green. Wow. Were you embarrassed or did you think it was a great car? I mean, there's really like a big split like between the people who think this is the coolest thing ever and people who think this is like the most old lady, old man car they've ever seen. Like, it's very split now because there's people who are looking for these cars and then there's people who are like, why? Why would you ever? And like, obviously, you know, it's taste. It's
Tim's car. Yeah. What am I drinking tonight?
Mike, you insulted me, or was that a good thing? Is it a good thing to sound like I know how to speak proper? My parents raised me right. I had a good education. It's all these hillbilly rednecks that I'm hanging out with that are ruining.
Oh, look at this.
Oh.
It's a green label so you can see through it.
It's an invisible
Twist
elixir.
Twist Up is some kind of generic Probably like 7 Up or something.
Buddy Carafano says put a couple kegs in the trunk of a town car and it's a perfect party car. Yeah. Yeah, like your friends don't care. Like you're a little embarrassed that you have it, but then your friends need a ride, they don't care. And you're like, well, at least I got a car that runs. If it's reliable, then heck yeah.
That's the car you stick 6 or 7 kids in the trunk to get in the drive-in movies.
Yeah.
And sneak them in, and
Yeah.
then after you're in there and they're all in the car, you figure out you're really stupid because they charge by the car, not by the person.
And they know there's a bunch of kids in the car. They don't care.
Yeah, because they long since started charging by the car instead of. Okay, can we go back to my?
That car has 5 bedrooms.
5 bedrooms, yeah. Let's see. Can you switch back to my screen?
No, it's broken.
The screens are broken. Well, because I wanted to go
There
from
it is.
this to
Two.
going to the next one.
Who wouldn't love to drive a comfortable Continental? Oh yeah, and the roads where I lived, they were so bumpy and uneven and potholes. The Continental would have been nice, a nice smooth ride.
Look, it had a 460 in it. Well, you know where that would be? The engine hoist would pulling that out, putting it in a Gremlin or something.
Well, the problem with the 460 is thirsty, but that's a good motor. That'd be a good car if you could stay out of the gas pedal.
It's not this way. It's this way. It looks this way from here, but on the screen, it's this way. That's also Tim's picture.
Tim, is that the old motor? You got the old motor out. Dougster wants a Kawasaki KZ 1300. Save all your pennies, Dougster, and someday you will. Or be careful what you wish for. You might just get one.
I don't know if this will do this.
Mike says, I even got a hug from when you were out of your car lined up to race at No Name Nationals this year. Yes, I'm friendly. I'm a real person, and I like to interact with people. Yes, it's
And then
good times.
This is from Mexican Spec, and Mexican Spec is a 63 Plymouth aficionado. And so am I. So I like these cars.
That's a sharp car, yeah.
I like those. There's something about those the parking lights, turn signals out on the tips of the fenders. It just looks so good. And those cars, the windshield's sort of V-shaped a little bit, which looks kind of cool. And you sit in, they sit kind of low, and they got a nice looking instrument panel with big round dials. I just love those cars. They feel good when you sit in them. They look good when you're looking at them. And the one it was my brother's, but I drove it a lot, was a 2-door hardtop. Didn't have a post, 2-door, bright red. Man, when he sold that, I should have bought it from him, but I didn't. Oh, what are we looking at?
This is for later.
That's for later. Okay.
Yeah. While you're looking through emails or something, I'll bring it up and talk about
Oh,
it.
Mexican Spec says his car has the trimmer on the windows. Yeah, with this one, I'd paint all that flat black in there to make it look like a hardtop.
When I sit in mine, I'm 16 years old again, says Mexican Spec. Any real car should make you feel young.
That's how when I get in a
full of hope.
I get in a 64 Ford, or I see the instrument panel on a 64 Ford. That's how I feel, 16 again, because that was my first car.
I'm gonna bring up Dougster's thing too, because he's on fire about wanting that bike.
Oh, Mike Slater says, I love meeting you at 2024 No Name Nationals, and this is my second year. Wish I knew how to send pictures. Oh, well, you open up an email to the email account, and Kim will put that, and you just take the picture and drag it into the email and push the send button. That should work.
Mike, I'm sorry I'm not registering,
What?
but like who and our interaction, but
What?
it will come to me. But like when I'm at an event like that, like there's like delayed processing, like there's so much happening, and then it slowly sort of materializes back over time into memories. What's that?
Can you put the email address in there? I'm giving instructions how to do this.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I was trying to
Thinking
put things in.
if Mike Slater would like to just send an email to us, but don't
We get them in real time.
And then-
there's like
and
a
then just
15-second delay.
drag a
so.
picture into it and push the button. Send.
Yeah, there is a
Because- okay, I'll
slight
try.
delay, but it's not much. We don't add delay, But in order
We never add delay.
no, but in order for
I
all
think
the
we'll-
bits to
We'll
bounce
add
off
some
of,
delay.
in order for the bits to bounce off YouTube and come to you, there's some processing involved in time, and actually it's really fast, all things considered. Especially like when we send stuff like across the pond or like halfway around the world to like Tavo, who's on the other side of the globe. He has he has like 15-20 second delay tops. Tops.
I am amazed.
He responds, it bounces right back.
When we were first doing internet stuff, we were getting emails like at 45 minutes from across country. I remember my boss was a big computer geek, and I got an email, and we were using Unix then. And he looks at my screen, he goes, "Look, a long distance email." And we looked at it, and he goes, "This is it." And he figured out, he says, it took 45 minutes for it to get here. And we thought that was so good. You know, now we send pictures and we're pissed if it takes longer than 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to put up another picture that JB sent. Look at that. Man. Well, there's a 70, like 4 or 5 Ford wagon there. And I don't know all what years those are, but.
Binford Motors. Remember Binford Tools? Does anybody remember what television show Binford Tools was from? I can think of it. I can think of that, but I don't know. I don't know a man that I met last week.
Getting a call from potential spam.
Oh, well, it's nice to know they're probably trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah, you know, I'm still getting notices from Mazda that I'm overdue for my oil change.
Braden says Trump is going to try and lower the cost of pharmaceuticals with a deal with Pfizer, and I hope it works because pharmaceuticals are expensive.
That's as far as I want to go with anything to do with.
Well, I don't know.
I know that's not political. That's just a statement. But
it's a statement.
Okay.
So we'll see how it goes.
I don't want it to start an argument because when you bring up,
I know. Okay.
When you bring up prominent people in the government, man, it could start an argument.
Yeah, we got to stick to car conversations.
No. If you want to bring up prominent people in the government and what cars they have driven in the past, and I brought up things like this. Obama had what did he have? He had a Chrysler 300C, I think. And that thing went on eBay for a lot of money. Of course. That's pretty cool. Okay, so. So Luis is asking 1976. It could be.
Mexican. Gearhead says Tim the Toolman Taylor. Yep. The name of the show is Tool Time. Gearhead, I'll give you 3 points. Mexican Spec says now he is Santa Claus. That's right. That actor did play Santa Claus.
Long says it's all the speed of light. Yeah, it is. But back in the beginning, it was pretty clumsy. I mean, by today's standard, it was clumsy. But before, it took 45 minutes to get emails. Before that, we were putting a stamp on an envelope and then a box.
Days. Although the post office was well run, it was a well-oiled machine in the day. Now it's a show.
I don't know. Sometimes it's quick. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah. D-Man says he got an ad for a Ridge wallet. Okay, you get 2 points. Mexican Spec got an ad for Sears. How did you get a Sears ad? Is there still Sears in Mexico?
In Mexico, maybe they are.
There's no Sears in the United States anymore.
Aren't there?
But maybe you get not. 2 points. Hippie Long, it's all speed of light. Yeah, fiber optics. That's what we have is a fiber connection here. So it is speed of light. JB says home improvement, and I give you 3 points because that is the name of the show, or was the name of the show. Mexican Specs says this picture was from 1975. And he's probably guessing based on the cars that are out front for sale.
Well, and he was...
That's what a new car dealer looked like in 75. I love car dealership pictures and car haulers.
Yeah, that's kind of between the era of the old downtown dealership and the new ones that are out by the interstates. That's kind of the interim.
He says, I had that Mercury wagon in brown, and it was gorgeous. This one over here, I guess. I'll bet it was. It's not a
wagon. There's the wagon right in the middle. Wagon? Right there.
Which one's the Mercury one?
The one you had, that one.
This one.
That one.
We darn. What's the other one?
That's a big old LTD Ford.
And Mercury. I'll be darned.
And the other one is a Ford Torino wagon, the one on this side that's between us.
Wow, they had a whole lineup of all the different genders. A giant Goldwing. Oh, speaking of Goldwings, Dougster was really telling us about.
Can you make this scroll again? Because we're
the motorcycle that he. Save that for Thursday. We yell on Thursdays, I guess.
Mostly old parts is here. I'm sorry, I'm
welcome, Ron.
Putting the cough drops in.
I had Ron in my mini bike video. That was on my channel too. Was the mini bike channel? Guys, check out me. I'm on Kim Fixes Things, and I stopped posting for a really long time.
She was not posting for a while. She's got to start posting.
I'm kind of back. I don't know. I don't gotta.
Well, no, I mean, it's like she decided to do that.
Well, when I'm doing stuff with me, I think I should have my own channel. This is the bike that Dougster's saying he would really like. You have a nice bike already, Dougster. I don't understand, but I'm not into bikes, so I don't know. Regular electricity is speed of light. Is it really, Hippie-Lo? I thought there was more of a delay.
Not optics. Well, fiber optics, what speed are they at? I really don't know.
Faster than the speed of light, I would think. It's enclosed. Wouldn't that make it quick? Wouldn't you be able to go faster than light?
Down, or is there resistance in there?
There's no resistance in fiber.
I don't know.
Fast. Really fast.
Luis says Honda CB. You know the one I really like, not that I'm going to ever ride one, but the Honda CBX I think is pretty nice. Cool thing. Kim, how bad was the flywheel explosion? Oh.
It was all the bad. It was as bad as it gets. I thought I ran into you.
I don't know what hit her.
It was
a piece.
It was this bad. It just came apart. And so I wanted to talk about this at some point. Can I take this as an opportunity?
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to talk about it.
This is important technical information.
E-Fog's here. Hello.
Welcome, everybody. I'm sorry that so I'm gonna get big so that they can see a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's the wrong button.
There you go.
There.
So this is the flywheel, and you'll notice that the crack originates right here, and right there, that's called a keyway.
Oh, and cracked at the keyway.
And the crankshaft has what's called a woodruff key. It's like a moon-shaped piece of metal that locks this flywheel to the shaft. And the woodruff key is supposed to be a softer metal than the point of critical explosion of this flywheel. Like somebody did math when they designed the engine. But the materials involved are different than what they're supposed to be. And the technology and the understanding of what's happening here has been lost, right? Because the woodruff key should have sheared before this exploded. This is a parts mismatch. Now, the reason that there was excessive force on this is because I revved the engine way up and then it grabbed in the clutch. So that makes somebody do the math. How many foot-pounds of torque this spinning cast iron flywheel is going to exert on this tiny point here. It's a lot. When you jam the clutch on and it hits that rubber tire, if you spin this motor up and just put a big load on it. It's not really designed for that, so I understand that there'd be a failure. But the failure should have been a shearing of the key. The key is supposed to be softer metal, and the flywheel is supposed to be stronger. It did not happen that way, and so it exploded. I could have been injured. If my leg had been injured, I could be suing. I could sue.
Sue the Chinese man that made that?
Yeah. So anyways, that is why it failed and how it failed, and that is where the danger lies. Now, they always say, oh, get an aluminum billet flywheel. Well, that helps because then there's not as much rotating mass. But the woodruff key is still supposed to be rated so that it shears before the flywheel explodes. Dean Stevenson says that happened with the Mayans and the Aztecs too. Right.
But their keyway was too
No, they
too hard.
lost the technology. It just
Oh,
became so common that they just took it for granted. And see what happens is if you over rev the engine and then jam it, you shear off the Woodruff key, and well then somebody decided, well, people keep breaking these keys. And it's like, well, yeah, the key is supposed to be the point of failure. So, but instead of them recognizing that and like echoing that back to people, like, well, that's what's supposed to happen. Just buy a new key and don't hit something with the lawnmower again. Instead of that, they started producing keys that are way over strength for the flywheels that they are protecting. So,
so what hit you? The it's all contained in a thing. Did that like punch out and hit you in
it's
the
like in
leg?
a bucket, right?
So that bucket like whacked you in the leg or
well,
something?
see how this is torn?
Oh yeah. Oh,
It
okay. So that thing's what
like
hit
have
you.
you saw that video a while back about the transmission explosion and the floorboard like
Oh,
ballooned?
oh yeah, like
It was that effect.
727.
And see this thing right here? This mount for my throttle cable is there. That didn't feel good smacking into my like my leg was laying against this when it went boom, you know, so it hurt, but it didn't leave any damage. I was not crippled but yeah, you cannot sue Kim. I know I can't sue hippie. I know. But you know, people say stuff like
Faith and Braden are saying hi, Kim. Didn't we say hi to them earlier?
no, that was the other account.
Yeah,
So
Kim,
I'll bet it's Faith on the other account.
Kim
Hi.
is a victim of an unscheduled disassembly.
Yeah, a rapid deployment of yeah. I don't know. We could probably think of lawyer words.
So the car behind us was also sent by Buddy Carafano as a high school car. I had one of those as an adult. That's like I don't know what year that's.
I dated someone who had one
87?
of these. It was actually a really good car at the
I had a
time.
couple of these. I had one with a 2.8, and I had one with and another one with a 2.8, and then I had one with an Iron Duke, a four-cylinder Iron Duke engine, which is like one of my favorite engines.
Ron asks, does Lakewood make an SFI certified flywheel cover for a Coleman mini bike? No, it's Go Power Motorsports makes the SFI approved certified flywheel cover for the Coleman mini bike. And all Honda 212, 200, 160. And no, they don't. They don't.
Think we
Because
should
there's
call
no
John Cope and see what he is.
SFI classification for an engine of that size.
Mexican spec. I had the
No one's getting
Eurosport as an
sued,
adult.
and there's no new requirements are needed for their class.
And a lot for when they were new. We never had a BR model though. You know, I did have a Eurosport wagon for a while that was the rustiest piece of crap I ever owned.
I'm
And I
making
got
up
it
little
for
again.
got it for next to nothing when I was in Ohio, and I drove it around for a while, but it was beyond repair. Okay, I'm gonna bring up a couple more. Here's another one from come on, Buddy Carafano.
85 Buick Regal. I had a friend who had one of these with the T-tops. And his grandpa bought it for him. And boy, I thought he was pretty lucky. I was jealous. Like, how come somebody's just buying you a car? I gotta go to work. I gotta pay insurance. Like, the rich kids. I grew up in like an old house in an old corner of an old neighborhood in a really nice part of the suburbs, right? So we were like poor. I've been poor my whole damn life. I'm getting sick of this. But we had no money, and everybody around us was doing better. My dad got sick, and we always struggled.
We need to.
Always struggled. Yeah, we're in the wrong mode.
We're in the wrong mode there.
Now
we're in the right mode.
Yeah, can you zoom in one more?
I'm going to zoom in.
That's great.
This is
it's a little grainy, but you get the picture.
Yeah, it's this is from JB. By the way, JB, you're the one that found that car. I think you're the one. I'm pretty sure you found that car that I have, and the body was fine. Really good car. It had all the old car little stuff to fix, and we put that all on videos and everything. But I drove it to No Name Nationals. Kim drove her car, and we had CB radio so we could talk to each other a little bit.
We did. That
But
was
we
nice.
drove all the way there and all the way back and had a really good trip in that car. Man, I am so happy I got that one. Pretty good, man. Good catch.
Yeah. Transmission, engine, no trouble at all. Rear end. We did a lot of work. We went through that car pretty thoroughly. And the only problem you really had with it the whole time was the air conditioning
On this trip?
and the
The
freaking window.
The window
again.
came off the track.
That window is the bane of my existence.
So what we need to do
Good Lord, that window.
is when that thing I keep wanting to call it Jeep, that thing you have fixed up, Bronco II, when it comes out, we've got to bring my car in and
Fix the
disassemble
window.
the door again. You know, I got a real good idea what happened, because when it cocked like that, Kim was
You
holding
can't
it.
say that on the internet.
That it changed position like this, and then we moved it. Kim was holding it like
Can you
this,
imagine what the...
and I was trying to move it just a second, and I heard a fastener inside go clink down to the bottom.
Somebody
Okay.
bleep that.
So a fastener came undone. So, okay. So now we're going to move on to the next picture that JB sent, which would be...
Whoa, Dougster's got a story. He says his friend Tim in high school had an 86 white pearlescent Grand Prix. He saved up his money and bought himself bagged groceries to fund his car. He won high school drags with it in
The
1997.
guys that I knew that had jobs in grocery stores, bagging groceries, they made more money than all of us working in the automotive, mechanical work.
Really?
They started off in the grocery store at the time making about $3 to $3.50 an hour, and I knew mechanics that were well into their career that were making $3.50 an hour, and I was making minimum wage at the time. It was $1.65 an hour. But the guys working at grocery stores, they always had nice cars, and I just didn't have that kind of job. I was a mechanic kind of person. So,
Stray Bullet says Bane. Did I say something else? I'm sorry.
so
I'll try and get it right next time. D-Man says Yanko. Bingo. It's right
Yeah,
there on the side of the hauler.
look at that on the
Yanko.
truck. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Okay, then this one. Oh, here we go.
Oh, is it a Z24?
It's a Eurosport. It's a
I
the
briefly had a Chevy
Z24.
Z24.
Z24 is the next smaller car. Was a
Yeah, it was a two-door. It
well,
was
but it was a
smaller car.
it was a Cavalier. This is a
It was a Cavalier, yeah.
this is a
Monte Carlo's type size. The next size. It's a different thing.
just keep guessing and I'll come up with a word. Celebrity.
D-Man says, "Wow, the '80s." Yeah, well, I was in
So-
school in the '80s, and those were the cars that were still around
I-
that kids could afford.
I did have one of these that was a wagon, and it was falling apart, giant rust holes everywhere. It's one of those cars when you drive down the road, you're worried about pieces falling off of it. But I had it for a while, and I got it for next
They all
to
say
nothing.
celebrity.
Look at this, yeah, because I was trying to remember the name Celebrity.
See, but this has the ground effects on it. That makes it more.
that makes it the
sportery.
Eurosport, yeah.
Oh,
But so they probably get some points because they
Okay.
thought of it before I
D-Man and
got it
38
out.
Racing get 2 points for saying celebrity.
And see, it has this.
That car doesn't
Look
look
at that
sporty
bumper.
at all to me.
See, and that's a 2.8 FI, which two of mine had.
Oh, JB said celebrity too. I'm giving you 2 points.
Now everybody's going to say,
Everybody's
okay,
saying
cut it
celebrity.
off.
They just want their points. Okay. I still have what's left of a Z34. So the celebrity was the Z34 platform.
Oh, a Z34. Wasn't that like the, what's the one after this is the, now they're all going to guess again.
The Grand Am or the Grand Prix?
No, it's
No.
it's the one that replaced the Celebrity. I can't. it's like this dead brain of mine. It's all
We
locked
better
in
just
there.
move on because
It's
you're gonna
all
hurt
locked
yourself.
in there, and I can't bring it out. Yeah, but the car that came after this,
Hippie
the
Long says
Chevrolet had.
minimum wage was $2.10 when I started working in 1975. Yeah. It was $4.25 an hour, I remember, when I started working at a Long John Silver's.
Actually, I found out my exhaust valves hit the block now. Bigger cam needs notch. Oh no, yet D-Man got it. Lumina. The Lumina came after this, and I thought that was the Z34, and I really liked those cars, but I never got one. Never got one. Yeah, D-Man says Lumina, and he said it twice, and the other's Beretta. That's wrong. So, yeah, the Lumina was, I really liked those bright red Lumina Z34s. I thought they were pretty nice.
So Mr. Max Wedge found out his valves hit the block now. I wonder if one of the valves stuck, and from the piston hitting that caused damage to your rod bearing? I don't know. That's weird. That's what happens when you push the limits of lift and compression, and now you find the failure points. I'm sorry that happened.
Hippie Long says, funny thing, the ground effects are way too high. Yeah, they just like a style they did, to make it, because that's what they do in the factory. They take all the stuff and then they gotta engineer it so it can go down the road and not scrape on anything, and so they can make it cheap.
If you wanted to be lower to the ground, you bought the Camaro.
You lowered it.
You can't lower that car. It'll scrape all the wheels.
This
and
is
wells and
this
stuff.
is for the person that
Nobody
has
ever lowered
this is for the person that has a family and has to get back and forth to work, and they don't really know cars very well, but they want to impress their friends. They have something sporty, so they buy this.
Right.
If you like to get your
Upscale.
car out on the racetrack for the first time in a long while, first time ever. Yeah, it was. Kim walked me through it twice, and Mexican Spec gave me a hard time because I had the AC on for a race because it dragged the car down. But she was really hot, and I wanted to make sure that she didn't overheat in there. And then my window was broken, so it was taped up, so I couldn't roll the window down. So she.
You said I was really hot.
Yeah, he was really hot. So we ran twice just so I understood what was going on. And
Yeah, we
then
took
I
a ride along.
Then I turned the AC off.
We did a video of the ride along.
Yep. And the next car I raced was like a 800 horsepower Tesla. I took off. I can hear the announcer going, Buff's gonna be, he's gonna be way ahead and all this, and I'm looking and I see a Tesla sitting back there, and then I glance up the mirror and I see a Tesla sitting back there, and I think, man, I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna be there before he leaves. Well, then here he comes, and it looks like a fighter jet coming up. It's just like we go across the finish line, woof, and I'm thinking, man, I think I almost beat him. Well, I did get across the finish line first, but I broke out.
He launched the car finally.
I learned how to launch it a little better.
I was trying to figure out the dial based on his previous launch, and when he actually got the car, because it had a really bad stumble. You had to roll into it. You couldn't just stomp it.
You know what I learned about that car? You have to warm that engine up. You can't just go out there and stand on it. But once it's warmed up, power brake it a little bit and then just whoop like this, and it doesn't stumble at all. Mike Slater. But you are a hottie, Kim. She was burning up in that car. Yeah. It was warm there. It was very warm.
I was completely roasted after the day of driving. We drove right through the middle of the day and sat in a big traffic jam, and it was 95 degrees in the shade, and we were in the sun on the highway, no shade to be found, just sitting. So there was no air movement. I had my wing windows open, but we weren't moving, so there's no air. Oh my gosh.
Mexican Spec tells me like I don't know. The announcer's right here. Yeah, well, the announcer wasn't. I could hear him. I could hear it over the speaker as I leave. I could hear what he was saying. That's how quiet my car was, because it has a muffler and everything. It drives down the street. So as I'm, not any other race car can hear the announcer when you're going on the track. So I could hear the announcer. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, if anybody didn't know, Mostly Old Parts is the announcer for the No Name
Well,
Nationals, and he's a great guy.
and he did
And we
something pretty.
enjoyed
He did something pretty
talking
cool.
with him and listening to his voice all weekend.
He asked me to come up there, and I'd never been up in a tower, and I was up there, and I got to see what was going on. I tried not to talk to him too much, but I couldn't help myself. I talked a little bit, and then he kind of interviewed me. It was real fun. And then I thought, yeah, I better get out of here because, I'm just spending too much time up there. So I left, but thank you. It was pretty cool being up there. It was really fun to see how all that works. He's got a screen there that tells him everything from both lanes. It's like I was watching that. It was
He
pretty good.
got he really, I mean, it's the fourth year, and you finally got the real, and you got to feel what it's like to get the racing bug. Because
And-
I know for a couple days after we got home, he was talking about, I'm going to put a big engine, I'm going to go really fast,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then we're
I-
going to have a lot of fun. And
what
it's
happens
like,
when you come
yeah,
home?
that's the racing bug.
The first time you race, it's like, okay, now I got to make the car faster. When really, a
Yeah.
bracket race, you don't have to make the car
No,
faster.
you have to make the car consistent to win bracket races, but it's just a thing. You're just like, but I want to go faster.
JB saying here, Bonneville never got all-wheel drive, Dougster. That was a 6000, yeah. And a few of those are still around. Sadly, the 6000s, most of them went with the what was that?
Cash for clunkers.
Cash for clunkers.
Yeah.
I had a lot of A-body, these are A-bodies, had a lot of A-body GM cars from the 80s and early 90s. And I always wanted a Pontiac 6000 with the Pontiac Iron Duke. There was a used car lot that had one, and I drove it a couple of times because I had to work on it. But I really liked that car. They sold it to somebody else. But I always wanted a Pontiac 6000 with the Iron Duke. Never got one, but man, you can't find them now. They're just gone. Buff needs to build a slingshot dragster. No. No, I don't know if I were gonna build anything, man. You know what I still like is the Fox Body Mustangs. They're just the right size, and the Fox Body's easy to work on. I really like them. Braden, I'm looking for your pictures. I don't see any pictures. And a lot of people send pictures, and they're all here, but yours aren't here. Check the email address you're sending them to.
Jack Stands and Cinder Blocks just got here. What did I miss? We're talking about cars. That high school cars. Cars that we would have drove in high school.
And whatever else.
Cars we dreamed about in high school. A lot of 80s cars and 70s cars. Not too many 90s cars yet.
Whatever we feel like
a lot
talking
of,
about.
But yeah. So we're still talking about stuff from No Name Nationals because that was a lot of fun, and it was, yeah, we're just having a good time doing the picture show. So we're glad you made
I'm
it.
about ready to bring up another Buddy Carfano picture, and he says this is a high school car. You may want to zoom that in a little bit. Slingshot dragster is faster than a Fox Body. Yeah, I know. So what? I don't want to drive it. You ever sit in a slingshot dragster? That's not what I want to drive.
Not for me.
That's just not a fun car to drive. You remember, I don't know if that was really a slingshot. I guess kind of was. The one that Two Hacks brought last year.
Mm-hmm.
That was a handful, You got to know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just driving a car.
Hippie Long says, build the other's effort. That's how I feel. If he really wants to build his effort, build the other one.
I did talk about that. I guess I didn't realize it was a high school night. Yeah, but only if Ron's middle name starts with an A.
38 Racing is Ray. And Ray, if you want to send a picture, it could be anything. Because I think a lot of our projects stem from our dream cars from high school. So I think that, if anything that you're doing now is probably valid as a high school car.
I'll get most of the parts. I can see from here the S10 Blazer needs the hinge bushings from here. I replaced those. You know what I replaced? Hinge bushings on a GM car. Remember
That's
God, what were those cars? They were like a big Vega, and they were a real swoopy looking thing. What the heck were those things called? the doors were long and heavy, and everyone, a year old, the doors they go down like an inch. And I replaced a lot of those.
I had an S10 that was this vintage. It had the Iron Duke, and I had to replace the whole door because like it was just like it was unrepairable. I tried to weld and it was like it just blew holes in because I didn't know what I was doing, I guess. But like I couldn't weld it back on. I didn't know what to do with it. The hinges would completely like you open it up and it would like I was like, oh my God. I know that's why the person who had it before got rid of it. It's because the door was falling off. Yeah. Sorry. What do you need? What do you need? What am I doing wrong?
I'm trying.
Oh, you want to skip?
I want to skip.
Commercials.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You don't get any commercials.
Yeah,
I know
that's
you
right.
wanted
Most of
them.
the old parts is Monza, Sunbird, all those cars. Yeah,
Oh my
those
gosh.
things. Those things. I remember in 1980, I had a shop. 1980 and 81, I had a shop with a guy, and we did all kinds of things. But we had a lot of those cars come in with worn out door bushings, whatever you call them. And those were new cars then. They were only a couple of years old, and you'd open the door and it clunk, it'd fall down about an inch. Man, those were terrible. Fixed lot, yeah. Tim says 2X sold the dragster. He sure did.
Jack Sands and Cinder Blocks says, I just posted the 2025 No Name National Awards video today. Guys, check out Jack Stands and Cinder Blocks. He's got a new video out. It was about the No Name Nationals event. Show them some love. Maybe if you weren't there for the awards ceremony, you may find it interesting to see some of the characters from our community are there. Maybe you even see yourself there. And yeah, if we can get somebody to throw up a link to that video, that would be cool.
Oh, I don't. Okay,
Thank you.
yeah.
And if you haven't figured it out by now, we're not one of those stuffy channels where we're like, hey, no self-promotion. Like, we're all about it. Tell us about your new content. We want to share it around. We want to see everybody grow. I really don't think channel growth is like a competition here. Like, we all want to see each other be successful. I think it's possible for us all to grow in our own way and find community and find an audience if we're doing content. Thank you, Mexican Spec, for putting up the link to Jack Stands and Cinder Blocks.
That was 10
Check
years.
him out after this stream.
That was 10 years before I was, or it was 9 years before I
Driver
graduated from high school.
education car.
That's a 63 Falcon.
Oh, wow.
And that's 9 years before I was doing that.
What's on the roof?
Well, it's stupid because it's got surfboards up there.
It's got a surfboard up there.
Okay, and Braden, yes, your email came through this time. I just haven't downloaded it yet.
Oh, good. All right, we've got it figured out.
I got other emails, so I'm but I'll get to it, Braden. You did come through. Let's see, what have I got here? Oh, I know who this is. Oh, we need some.
Is this Christine?
No, this is 38
Oh, no, it's
Racing.
not. No, I see it there. It's 59.
Is that you?
In high school with his car. I would be. That would make sense.
Oh yeah, and somebody's talking about Somersets. That was the thing. I don't remember who was up there. I saw that. It said, "Is that
Do
a
you want me to scroll
Pontiac?"
back up?
Pontiac, no, Pontiac Somerset. No, it was a Buick Somerset. I think. Look, maybe you can look that up. Buick Somerset was some little GM car. I don't remember what it was. Tim says Dallas sold his T-Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, JB said Buick Somerset. He's right. So what is it?
It looks like a Buick Century.
Oh, it's the small one. It's the gray one right there in the. You don't have it up because we're still looking at a '59 Chevy.
I mean, which would you really rather look at?
Well, I want to see that one right in the middle. That one up the top, the gray one.
This one?
Yeah, that's what I remember. Those things. It's not really an exciting car, but it is what it is.
I mean, it's not so bad.
Okay, so now we can go
It's just
back.
a
Now we can go
car.
back to the cool stuff.
Nobody wanted to drive a Buick.
Now
That was like a grown man's car. What are we going back to? 38 Racing?
Yeah. So we can go back to the cool cars that people send
The
in.
real cars.
So
Somebody might really love their Buick Somerset. They're just memories. People are remembering
where's my
cars.
cursor? There it is. My cursor's like lost. There. It's my cursor drifts across a whole bunch. Oh, that's a before and after.
Before and after.
Let me go back to that.
Dedication to the cause. Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
That old Chevy windshield reminds me of my receding hairline. Dr. Go. That's silliness.
Sadly, Dr. Go had to leave.
Mostly Parts says wasn't the Somerset on the same platform as the Cimarron? You know, I was thinking that, but I didn't say it out
The
loud
what is
because I
this?
didn't want to deviate from.
What is the question?
Isn't the Somerset, Buick Somerset, the same as the Cadillac Cimarron?
The Cimarron was the same as the Cavalier,
Really?
wasn't it?
Ooh, I didn't know that.
No, not the Cavalier. What was the little Chevy? I don't remember. There's so many.
I don't know.
Those little
Somebody
boxy
clarify.
Chevys.
That guy really aged? Well, yeah, that's what happens.
That's 38
over time.
Racing. Man, he even looks young there. I mean, all that hair. He doesn't have all that hair. Beard and everything. Or does he? I guess he does. Shit, I don't know. But look at that thing. That thing has been at No Name Nationals 4 times now. I remember when we...
Well, this year he towed an S10 with it.
He towed an S10 there with this car. I think that's amazing.
That's awesome.
That was his tow vehicle.
Ray, you're my hero.
That was his tow vehicle.
She's got the horsepower. Put her to use.
Braden, what'd you
Well, that
send
S10
me?
is very light because there's not much steel left in the
Okay.
body of it.
Braden, you sent me the whole internet. Braden sent me every car on the internet. I know, because I can see it here. Braden, bring it down to a few cars, okay? Please. This is insane.
38 Racing says, I grew my hair out just for this pic. Very nice. Very nice. You look good with
Okay.
lots of hair.
Braden, I'm not gonna show that because there's like
Trim it down a bit, huh?
500 cars or more in that email.
Trim it down. That's why it took so long to get here.
Cimarron was a Cavalier. Okay, it was a four-door Cavalier. It was a very expensive Cavalier. It was a nice little car, I guess, but you know, if you're a Cadillac customer, you probably didn't want to rush out and buy one of those. Is that the same paint job? You know what he did? He went to all the trouble to take the primer off of it and get back down to the original paint. Isn't that crazy? The J-Body. Yeah, there's the J-Body Chrysler, which is really cool. And then there was the J-Body GM. There was a Cimarron. Dean Stevens, that guy sure is sharp. I wouldn't want to give him a submachine gun. Yeah. Yeah, he looks like a G-Man, doesn't he?
What?
G-Man, a government guy. You know, like he looks like he's standing there with a suit and tie, and it looks like he ought to be carrying a hidden Uzi somewhere or something.
I can neither confirm nor deny that Ray of 38 Racing has any affiliation or ties to any government agency now existing or...
He's a Nebraska farmer. He's like as far from a government...
He's just a farmer. There are...
as far from a government
There
guy
are
as you
no
can get.
silos
That's why it's
or
so
other
funny.
government facilities
That's why it's so funny.
anywhere near him, and we can confirm nor deny as well.
It's going to go away. JV, my mom has a 259 Chevys, an Impala convertible Biscayne business coupe. I was supposed to get the Biscayne and my brother to get the Impala. Both cars have disappeared.
Oh no.
Man. JB, how do cars disappear? Okay.
Third Day
Brady.
Racing says if you look close, it's the same suit. Well done. Not only does he take care of his car, he
Braden.
takes care of his body and person. Yeah, but see, he sent the email a couple times because it wasn't
Look
working.
at this. I asked him to
No,
send
you don't
fewer.
understand. He sent the email multiple times because it wasn't working. So you're going to get it a couple times before something new or different comes.
I just scroll like this.
He sent everything he likes.
How far
Give
can
him
it?
a break. He'll get it.
How far can a computer scroll?
He sent it again and he only sent like 5.
Here's.
He figured it out. You just got to get rid of the old emails.
Oh my God.
He sent it a couple times. Relax.
I know.
Relax.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, while you're figuring out, while you're
Okay,
sorting out
so
emails.
I got. Somebody that sent a reasonable number.
You know what? When we were in high school, and maybe this is high school related, when we were in high school, the junior high was built on an old Nike site. And I don't know if anybody knows what, they probably don't talk about this stuff too much, but since we were on a Nike site, we knew. There was bunkers underneath the school. They built the school right on top of the foundation of the bunkers, and the foundations were so thick, the concrete was so thick that they couldn't rip it up. So they just built the auditorium right on top of the old bunker foundation, and you could see out in the parking lot where they had paved over the Bombay doors for the Nike site. It wasn't like something that they just told the kids. It was absolutely real. And you can look up the history of the Nike missiles. They were anti-nuke bomb things from all that 70s and 60s and 70s nuclear war scares. So they were everywhere. They were everywhere. Pittsburgh was a very, very important pivotal steel town. So they were willing to sacrifice the entire outskirts of town to hold the steel manufacturing facilities. But the fallout from those explosions would have killed everyone in where I lived. But they had long since been gone when I was born. But yeah, Nike missiles, Nike silos. Yeah. How many cars can you store in a Nike silo? All of them. All of them. Well, now they storm up north of Pittsburgh in the salt mines because they put all that salt on the roads. So they hollow out all these tunnels, and you can pay to store your vehicle for the winter or for long-term storage. And it's super dry because the salt doesn't get moved around or dampened, so it doesn't damage the cars. It's just really dry air and temperature controlled and no sunlight. So there's lots of cars down in the salt mines. Lots of old cars down in the salt mines. Lots of old cars. Crazy. I would love to see. There's other places near Pittsburgh. You can see, I think it was PBS did a documentary. Rick Seebeck, I think, voiced the documentary about Iron Mountain. And that's a place where they store documents and hide computer servers and stuff like that. It's in a limestone mine under a mountain in Pittsburgh. So it's same thing, temperature controlled, controlled and predictable humidity and temperature year round and the whole thing. So anyways, enough of that.
So most of the old parts sent this picture. Looks like he just finished putting the floor in.
Oh, who is it?
Most of the old parts.
Ron.
Ron sent that in.
Nice work, Ron.
And then
I don't know which car that is.
And then Blue Grit decided to send stuff in non-traditional method with a text.
Oh, okay. I'll make us big so they can see. Hold on a second.
Okay, so now I've got to do it the John Wilburn way.
John Wilburn way. That's right.
So this, I'm trying to tip this little lights,
Yeah,
right?
you
So
can kinda
that's
see
his
it.
high school car.
Nice, nice. What year is that? 72, 71?
Not sure.
71, 72?
It's a scamp, I think.
Do you agree with that in guesstimation?
Don't know. Let me see what he says. Blue Grit. This small part is my high school car, 318 auto with bucket seats, floor shift, and a console.
Nice. The 318 one is good. because a lot of those cars were the slant sixes, and they were fine with a slant six, but they were nothing. They were not like, you had to do a lot to get the slant. You really do have to do a lot to get the slant six really cranking out some power. Is 73 AMC AMX? No, no. Wouldn't that have 318?
D-man, it's
It's a Chrysler. Plymouth.
the back looks like a Dart, not like a Duster. It looks like a standard two-door Dart in the back. So I don't know what that is.
No more Flintstone holes in the floor. I don't know which car this is that has the new floor. But cool.
Okay, I said Scamp. Right, he said 71 Plymouth Scamp.
I'm gonna refill my drink. Are you okay hanging out or keeping this going for a second?
You gonna bring everybody drinks?
Does anybody need a drink? I'll catch a refill. Let him know. I'll get it. Sounds like a Dart will get a 318 soon, Kim. You know what? If I'm doing an engine job, it might be a 360.
She's got more 360s around the 318s.
Dr. Go has generously donated manifolds to the cause.
And a set of
manifolds
heads?
That I need. The heads on the 360 will probably stay because they're Magnum heads, and the heads that I got from Dr. Go are closed chambered heads for an LA engine, and we're gonna examine them closer. They got rejected by his machine shop because there's cracks, and I have not had time to really closely inspect them. But anyways, there's stuff a brewing here.
Well, maybe
we have to go at a measured pace.
Maybe you can cut off one cylinder at a time on those heads and put them on the mini bike engine. Don't give her any ideas.
I mean, I've done crazier things.
Look what Braden sent. This is the kind of email I like. He sent a reasonable number of pictures.
He's got it figured out. All right. See, now you guys.
So now I'm going to go over.
I'll be right back. You guys don't get too nuts with him, okay?
Oh, wait a minute. These are big, long pictures. I spoke too soon, Braden.
You spoke too soon?
Why are you? I don't know.
Do you want me to make them big?
No, I think I can do this.
No, I gotta. Oh, okay. No, yeah, you can.
I can.
They're not links. They're pictures.
They're not links. They're pictures.
Okay, good.
Jack Stan says any adult beverage, Kim.
Woo-hoo.
JB says when I was in high school, it was a lot of 70s and 80s cars. Nowadays, when you go past the high school, it's Teslas, Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, Camaros, Challengers. Only car that stands out is lifted square body Suburban. Man, I don't know what happened to high schools. For the most part, we had to earn our own way through getting our cars. So a lot of the cars when I was in high school, like 55, 56, 57 Chevys, there were a few of us like me had 56 Ford, and then I had my 64 Ford that I'd saved so much money for. But that was a fairly new car. That was a 6-year-old car at the time. And that was quite new, but man, it took me 3 years saving to get that. And then there's a couple of spoiled rich kids, and they had brand new Camaros, brand new Chevelles, and there were like a few of them. But mostly, we had to work and buy whatever we could find, And now Teslas. There are kids in high school with Teslas. Are you kidding me? I didn't know that. Whatever.
Think of the Teslas now. Think of how old they're getting.
Yeah, but they're still worth a fortune, aren't they? Well, and when they get old, you can't charge them up anymore, can you? I don't know. I guess you can go a little bit.
They probably have chargers at the school.
JB, 38 Racing's at JB. We had Chevelles, GTOs, and 4x4s. Yeah, and 38 Racing's younger than me, so that makes sense. They were probably cars that were 10, 15 years old, or maybe 20. Dean Stevenson should be like Bart and his sister, and younger sister. JB, I went past a high school near me, and there were 2 cyber trucks in the lot. You got to be kidding me. Stray Bullet says a lot of Volkswagens around when I was in high school. I'd forgotten about that. I bet you a third of the student parking lot had Volkswagen Beetles in it.
I had a Volkswagen, but I was the only one. I had one for a little while. It was rotten.
Mexican Spec said my Pinto was only 11 years old when I got it in high school. See, and that's the kind of stuff I remember in high school. Cars that were 9, 10, 11, 12, probably up to about 20 years old. And that's what kids in high school had, except for what I always call the spoiled rich kids that had brand new Chevelle or Camaro or something. JB, I had a GTO in high school. A 73 my grandmother bought new. Really? A 73 GTO. Man, that was a 1 year thing because that was a new body style. And then 74 was, at the time I hated it, the 74 GTO, but now it's like my favorite GTO because really it's a Nova and it's just such a great car. But man, those are, people want a fortune for them now. Tim says, how much are the new batteries for a Tesla? I can't imagine. 20,000? I bet they're more than that. I bet they're more than that.
I don't think a lot of people buy new ones. I think a lot of people buy like refurbished.
Yeah, they reassemble a battery pack out of a bunch of other battery packs, and they choose the cells that are still not completely destroyed. 38 Racing JB, that would be cool to have now. Dean Stevenson, you can put a LS or LT into them after the battery pack is removed, unless you're in California. If you're in California, just leave. California, just tie yourself up and let the politicians tell you how you're going to live. Let's see. Putting an LS into a Tesla is quite a project. I mean, there's people that have done it. What's his name up there in Massachusetts? Can't think of his name right now. He's done a couple of cars like that. Yeah, straight bullet. A high school kid could actually afford a split window bus back then. Yeah, that was not a desirable vehicle. I remember one kid in high school had a split window bus, and everybody thought it was kind of funny because it was not really a cool car at all. It was just something he got, probably because his parent hand-me-down or something, his parents gave him. But it was primered light gray, and it was a split window bus. And, with the big V up front.
Oh my God, so lame.
He drove it around. Yeah, it was like, it's kind of a goofy thing. Nobody wanted that. And then within 10 years, everybody wanted it. Luis, and a 69 Impala. Oh, Luis says a 71 Dodge Polara. Man, I had a 72 Polara for a while that I really liked. I liked 72s because the headlights were in the bumper. They were really low. I thought that looked cool. But that car came and went because I sold it, made money on it. Mike Slater, 63 Grand Prix when I should have been in school. Great car, 389 with a lot of room for dating. 63 Grand Prix is a pretty nice car. Dean Stevenson, George, 72 Demon, just vape batteries, easy to get. Vape batteries? Braden says, I wish I had an underground bunker. Okay, that
Filled
reminds
with
me.
classic cars.
I got to move on here with the pictures because
Jack Stands in Cinderblock says, my dad and I restored a 65 Mustang when I was in high school. That's awesome. I'm so glad your dad was there to do that with you. You must have great memories of your father and that car. I hope you do. I hope you don't have those memories of your dad yelling at you for the flashlight or dropping lug nuts like in some jokes.
Mexican Spec. What kind of stupid parent gets their kid an electric car? You're too fast for a teenager to drive.
Yeah, but you can watch what they do. I'll bet you can put speed limiters on those cars.
I was watching there's a YouTuber I watch. He's a British guy that I guess he's immigrated to the U.S. He has a place in Texas. He's a pilot, but he flies a small plane. But mostly what he does for his YouTube channel is he rides around on airliners to all kinds of places that's his YouTube channel, riding on all these airliners. And he was in, I don't remember what city he was in, but he had to go from one side of the airport to the other side of the airport. So he took a taxi, ground transportation, and it was a driverless car, a self-driving car. Picked him up, and he got in it, and he's going along, and the car comes up to a light turned yellow, and the car started to slow down, and then it took off. And he goes, the light turned red when it took off, and he goes, they just flew through the red light, and he goes, man, this thing just flew through a red light. And he's like, what do you do? He goes, I'm riding in a car without a driver. And he ran through a red light. Man.
I am on my 4th cup of coffee, and I am enjoying it thoroughly.
Let's see. This is another one Braden sent in. I remember these things being around. These were old cars when I was in high school, these old Mercedes. They were 10, 12 years old. But I remember seeing these things around. There weren't a lot of them, but they were around. Yes, what are you drinking, Kim? Oh, you already answered that. Dean Stevenson, hippie scumwagons rule. The way the West was won. Huh? Olive's here.
Feel better, Olive.
Let's see here, please. So I remember back in 2016, Joaquin, he got an 86 Chevy Blazer in high school. Let's get the Halloween party.
Yeah, that does sound good. Chevy Blazer would have been a cool car. I remember a friend had a Blazer. He had a full-size Blazer, and that was like, ooh.
This is another one.
That was like
Look
really
at this.
expensive and fancy.
He's looking at Facebook, but he's got us up there looking at Ron Ward's.
Oh, wow, he got a snapshot with us looking at Ron Ward's floorboards.
See, we can. Braden sent this in.
Dang.
With us on his screen while he's looking at this.
Unearthed treasure. I don't know. It kind of looks like a...
What is that
junk
thing?
Oh, there's one of those bunkers. I told you, there's plenty of places where there's these old cars stuffed away.
What kind of car is that? It's a hidden classic. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. That's a fancy looking car.
I got to go back to my email.
See, I didn't dream of these kinds of cars when I was in high school. I wanted something that was practical. I had a Volkswagen. I had a Toyota Corolla. It was a nice Toyota Corolla. It was 2-door, but the engine went bad. I bought it because the engine was bad and it didn't last long. I had a...
Can you make that? I can't zoom
Chevette.
that. That's a link, so I can't zoom it.
Oh. Plymouth Caravelle.
Caravelle. Do you remember these? I remember working on these things at the used car lot after they're about 10 years old. I was doing a lot of work. When I didn't get airplane work, I worked at buy here, pay here used car lots, and I replaced, it was up in Ohio, so it was Rust Belt. And I replaced a lot of fuel lines and brake lines. And patched holes in the body and painted over Bondo and made them look a little bit better. But I had one of these things in a used car lot, and I don't remember why. I had to replace the steering column, and I just remember doing the job. But it wasn't a car that I particularly liked. But they were around, and that was something a high school kid could probably afford. Dean Stevenson, glad he didn't go to China on MHC. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the guy's name is. Guy that I watch that flies all over the place. Jack stands at center blocks. Miller time, just got to the hotel.
Nice. Time to relax. Braden, we did know that Toyota's made in Japan.
When I saw that,
Braden didn't know.
He didn't know. Yeah, when I remember, see, I was around the 60s when they came in. It was like a joke. This little Japanese car, and American cars are big, hefty, like 65 Galaxy and Chevy Impalas and stuff. And this little cracker box car came in. I thought it said Toyota. What is Toyota? But it was Toyota. And Datsun. They both came in about the same time, and they were little junky cars. Man, they got better and better.
Dean says not all of them, that a lot are made in America. I didn't know that either. Huh.
Hippie Long looks like a Mercury Monarch. Nope, looks like that's a front driver. That had a little 2.2 in it, I think. They might have had some with a 2.6 Mitsubishi engine, but I think most of them had the 2.2 or 2.5 Chrysler overhead cam in it. Braden says, I knew it was Japan, but I didn't realize it was Toyota Japan. Tiarta. Well, you know where my Mazda came from. I was surprised because after I bought it, I thought it's made in Japan. I knew that, but I didn't really know where. And I was looking at the tag on the side of it for something it had in there. It's made in Hiroshima. Hiroshima. I better go over this thing with a Geiger counter, but I never did.
These cars were the bread and butter of daily life when I was young. They were just everywhere. All the cars kind of looked like them. They weren't fast. They were little, but they got you to work, and they didn't cost you your life savings. Now every car is so expensive. And I mean, at 100,000 miles, these cars started giving you some grief. You had to take care of them. But then they got hand me down to somebody who didn't, second, third owner. They didn't take care of them, and those cars didn't last. And then they got a bad reputation. But honestly, they were pretty damn good cars.
38 Racing says, I'm going to try this out. What do you think he's saying there? It was great to see all at No Name Nationals.
Who says
38 Racing, right below Mexican Spec.
Oh, I think he has to bow out.
Think he's taken out?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
yeah,
that's
yeah.
bow out. Maybe, I don't know what that says. But anyway, okay.
Good to see you.
Thanks
Ray.
for being here. Yeah, take care. And
We'll see you
then,
next
and then
week,
the next one
hopefully.
was Dr. Ghost says, my grandma bought a Caravelle after 19 years of driving a 383 wagon. She got in an accident because that had no get up and go.
Yeah.
And then the other one,
Just-
Dean Stevens says he has 600. I think the Chrysler was called a something 600, and it looked just like this. And it just, they didn't go. They went. I mean, it would get you to the grocery store, but you're not going to.
Right. Mike Slater's got it too.
It
And they
would
all
roll.
got almost 30 miles to the gallon. 25, 30 miles to the gallon.
I
If you
missed
drove
the
it
ads.
conservatively, it wasn't like a big deal.
I missed the ads.
They didn't handle great, but they drove.
It got you there.
Yeah, they drove. If you wanted a performance car, you could spend the extra money and whatnot. But like, if you just needed a car, they're forgotten, they're disrespected. But they made America move. They got us to work. They got us. People live different. It was very. It was different.
Shopclip.mex ad.
Okay, Mexican Spec gets 2 points. Thanks for telling us about our advertiser on ShopClip MX. That might be one of those places that you get the stock like photos so you can make AI videos.
Oh, I don't know. It could be.
I don't know. I guess sometimes it would be nice to have
Toyota
stuff.
Echo is the worst Toyota ever made, in my opinion. I don't know much about it. It has no power once you get up to 90 to 100. It has no power when you get up to 90 to 100. Well, there's the first problem. If you're on the street, you say 90 to 100, like after 10 minutes of going 90 to 100.
It takes 10 minutes to get from 9 to 100. I guess he's probably is he talking in kilometers per hour?
I hope that's not miles per hour. Although I did stuff like that when I was young. It's just not very responsible.
You don't have to go super fast. It's not meant to be super fast.
You know what,
It's
Braden?
just
You know
a
what you need
car.
to do? Get your subs up. I don't know how many subs does he have. I really don't know. And get yourself to No Name Nationals next year. And then bring something that will go maybe 90 or 100 miles an hour. Go down the track and have some fun. You don't have. You just only look in the rearview mirror to see the really fast car coming up behind you. You don't have to worry about the police. It's really fun. It really is, and you get to meet all these people in person. It was really cool. And then Blue Grit's the next person here, and they were pitting right next to us, and they had a nice little what do you call that thing? A canopy. And I was starting to feel bad, and they had some chairs there. Maybe I don't know. I think I took Anna's chair. And I was sitting there kind of dozing off, and we were talking. We just had a good time with Blue Grit and Anna and Kim and
super.
Who else was in there? Somebody else was in there with us. We just had a good time.
And Anna's boyfriend Harley came.
That's who was
he
there.
He brought his car. Was super amazing. The black. What was it? What was
his
car?
He had a '68 El Camino, SS 396 El Camino.
Wow.
And then I bring up this next car that who sent this in? Buddy Carfano sent this in. And this is a really strange car. He says, like high school. I don't know. That Street Machine logo there is from Australia. And you see where the driver sits in this. That's a very unusual car for the U.S. to see a chopped Mercury from Australia. Pretty cool car. Hippie Long, I have owned 2 Toyota pickups. 86, 1 long bed, extra cab, 1 regular. Man, I remember those things. I remember working on those things. 38 racing, 90 to 100 kilometers per hour. Dean Ray looks like Charles Bronson in his suit. Jack stands. Let's see.
Hippie Long says my ad was Heba, Texas grocery chain. I'm
Oh,
in California.
HEB. I don't know if you say that HEB or HEB. Yeah, it's a
You get 2
grocery store
points.
chain, and I know about it, but I've never been in one.
They're advertising on YouTube, trying to get the people in.
Mike Slater, I'm going to start a YouTube channel very soon. My son will help me. Me, 67, and not smart on technology. You know, it's just like if you're into cars, you could get into computers pretty easily. You just start figuring it out, and it'll happen.
Give it a try, Mike. We'll do our best to support you. When you have it up, let us know, and we'll get a link up, and we'll help you get some subs, and hopefully you can build some community and enjoy yourself. It's not easy.
And the other thing is, I don't know where you are, Mike, but you can go to No Name Nationals without any subs, so you just can't run. But you can go there and walk around and wrench with somebody else, or just meet people. And I did that for 2 years, and it was really, really fun. Okay, want to see the license plate on the Aussie? I'm trying to do that. Kim, I cannot zoom on that. You are going to have to zoom that because it's a link, and then you're going to have to zoom it and raise it up to the point where we can see
What
the
do you
license.
want me to? Oh,
They want to see a license plate because it's down under. So,
10 fat,
10 fat
IQ
or
fat?
IO fat. I don't know what it is. And see, that's a 54 Chevy grill that has extra teeth put in it. That's pretty interesting. Harley had 411 gears in the back of that El Camino, 4,000 RPM, 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not going to be a fun drive. Although I've done stuff like that. I had a 57 Ford. Actually, it's my dad's 57 Ford. Had 411 gears, and it had a 3-speed on the column with overdrive. So when you push the overdrive handle in, it would make it 288. It was very nice going down the road. And for a 3-speed on the column, it was really very nice with 411. It was just a great car to drive around town, which is where he drove it most of the time. Oh, low fat. Ah, that makes sense. So that's not IO fat.
It doesn't say low.
Well, he
just says IO, 10 fat. That's what it says.
10 fat.
If it's supposed to mean something different, then I don't know. It says 10
Mike
fat.
Slater, thank you. I sure will. Will be about my car. I have been to No Name Nationals. Oh, last 2 years. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You said that. I'm always alone. Where are you from? I don't know where you're from. Yeah, Dean says IO fat. What's IO fat mean?
I don't know.
You know what? I don't think I have any more. Maybe I have more pictures. Let me see.
Tim says it's worth going to No Name Nationals as a spectator. Great people there, and it's a great time. I think it can be. I think it would be cool if there were more spectators. I don't know, it might be difficult because it's kind of like all the content creators are kind of interacting a lot. I think if there was a lot of spectators, it would change the event quite a bit. But if you enjoy the community and you know the different people who are creating and building projects so that they can attend the event, then you would absolutely love it because you get to meet people in person and it's fun. But, not everybody can. Jonesboro, Arkansas is 3 hours away.
Arkansas.
3 hours is not too bad. If you have a car and you probably need a place to stay.
That's about where I got that parts car.
We're
right over there. Yeah, I got it. It was right outside Jonesboro.
And 3 hours is a long drive for some people.
And Dallas Brown. He and I went over there with his Buick powered, whatever that. I can't remember names. It's a square body thing. Anyway, we went over there with his trailer and picked up my parts car and brought it back from Jonesboro, Arkansas. JB went to HEB yesterday. Prices are out of control, but whatever. Yep.
That's a lot. The groceries are not cheap.
Mark, so even if it's 10 fat, I'm sure it means low fat. It could. I don't know.
Low and fat. Oh, I see.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you, Mark.
what it would mean.
So
low and fat. Okay, because they don't have an and in there because they don't have that Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, this Toyota pickup would have been a dream truck if I even had real dreams.
I remember working on these things. I don't know what I was doing. I had the dashboard apart on these many times,
Really?
and they were simple to get apart. It wasn't a big hassle. It's like every piece you took off the next piece, took off the next piece. You just had to have the screws kind of organized, but it wasn't like my car where it's just a nightmare to get the dash out. It was, and I don't remember why I had them out. Probably heater cores or something. But it was simple. It was complicated, but it was a simple job.
I would love
Suburban, yeah, you got it. 38 Racing, Suburban,
I would love to even
kind of like Bourbon, but
still have
suburban.
one of these now, sort of. The only ones of these that I see, these Toyotas, right? They're rusted out and they have 350,000 miles on them. And it's like, what do you do with that? Like, it's got so much miles on it. It's like everything needs replaced anyways. Like, you cannot get one of these that isn't like clapped the hell out. But when they were new, they were awesome. They were really great, and like they stood the test of time. Like the fact that you can still see them on Marketplace with 350,000 miles is like,
I don't. They were
damn.
almost new when I was taking the dashboards apart on them. I had to do it several
Yeah.
times. I don't remember why I
Like
did that.
if you ever see one, it's gonna have like 300, 400,000 miles on it. You're like, God, it was clapped out, fixed, and clapped out again at that mileage, But like it's just there's nothing left.
Google says that could mean 10-4 in police or CB lingo. That's pretty funny. Oh man, I looked up something today. I don't remember what it was, but an AI thing came in to tell me all about it. And they weren't even on the same subject. It's ridiculous. I don't remember what it was, not because it was so bad.
I know, Braden, you're not supposed to be driving that fast. Slow down.
Jack Stan, there were more spectators here this year than I've ever seen before. I talked to a kid from Tractor Supply and he said he had already been invited by Possum. Then I saw him with a bunch of locals.
Oh,
Okay, well,
that's
good.
great.
And Possum is their family owns the track now. But Possum, I think he's the mayor of Sykeston. Everybody calls him the mayor of Sykeston. I don't know if he really is, but Possum's a guy. He's a nice guy, and he knows everybody in town. So if you need something, Possum probably have the answer. Uh, yeah, good guy. Dr. Gold, my 2000 Jeep Grand Cherokee has 337,000 miles. And that beats my Ford van.
Yeah, Jack Sands says that Yoda was the black. It would be the Back to the Future truck. The Back to the Future truck had the Nerf bar and the lights, and it had all the candy. It was super tricked out. But yeah, and I think it was a slightly different year because I remember the grill being something different. But yeah, very, very like tricked out vehicle. Oh, man, nobody had these though. When I was in high school, nobody had these. This
Jack
is too
Stan,
nice for a high school kid.
Jack stands in center blocks. Says I've had mine since I started the channel 13 years ago. You've had a channel for 13 years. Wow. Mark Survey about AI asked Google what year it was when I was 17 years old. I'm 62. Google AI figured out I was 17 in the year 2000.
Wow,
Wow.
it's genius.
It's like, it's like,
Just
I don't remember
guessing.
what it was. It was something that had to do with some aircraft thing, and it was like they were so far off base. Uh, and occasionally, that when you search in Google now, the first thing that comes up is AI, and I'll scan at it. Sometimes they're right on, but then sometimes, oh, I know what it was. It wasn't aircraft. I was looking for horsepower and torque on some engine, and what it came up with was total nonsense. Oh,
Trucks
here we
used to be
go.
popular, but now a two-digit horsepower truck is a hard sell. Yeah, everybody thinks they've got to have 1,000 horsepower or something to enjoy anything, and it's ludicrous. A couple of 100 horsepower, a 200 horsepower vehicle is amazing. It can be so much fun if it's set up right.
Look at this, Mike Slater. I learned about No Name Nationals from watching
Yay,
Kim
I
Fix
did
His Name.
good. They're nice people. Pretty much everybody is nice.
What's all this Luis is talking about? Everything he's watching. I'm sorry I don't watch that stuff, but I guess it's interesting.
We're too busy doing YouTube stuff.
We do YouTube stuff. YouTube, it takes time, especially we'll like last night we were doing a project that we were finishing up on the name of that thing I always forget, the Bronco II, and we'd been videoing along the way, and Kim spent the night, I guess, editing that, trying to put it all together, condense all this video we had into a short video, and she put it up. That went on my channel. So it's on the Buffdale Campo channel, but it's us fixing the grill and a bunch of other stuff. And the amount of time she spent on that was enormous, because of the editing.
It was easy.
She says it was easy, but I know she spent a lot of time on it.
Braden wants to try and go 200 miles an hour in a 2024 Ford Edge. Braden, if you want to go that fast...
Drive out the back of an airplane.
No.
What?
There is land speed record events.
Oh.
And those are very controlled circumstances where it's safe to do something like that.
Okay. I want to...
Don't drive like that on the road.
I'll come back to this car. Can you look on there, Kim?
About the land speed record?
Yeah, it's the...
Okay, well, you can keep talking.
Eastern Timing Association, ET Timing Association, and it's in Arkansas. There it is, right there. And if we can bring that up, and then maybe you can put, I'll tell you what, maybe you can just put up a link to that, because you can put that you can put that link up in the, in our chat. And then somebody that's interested in it.
Yeah, I don't think he probably is, but...
Like Braden. But that's a really cool event, because you can go out there, you're going to have to pass tech, and the faster cars have to pass those more stringent tech, like with roll bars and so forth. But, you can go over 200 miles an hour out there. It's an old military runway, and they time you through half mile, 1 mile, and 2 kilometers, which is about 1.25 miles. And there's people that go over 200 all the time at this event. And you race by yourself. You run against yourself. You're just trying to get the time. And they have some classes where you can set a record. But it's in Arkansas, and it's a pretty cool thing. And
we would like to go, but
yeah,
in 2 days we aren't prepared for another outing. Yeah,
we just got back from a thing, and we gotta concentrate on this stuff right now. But they do this several times a year, so we should be able to make it to one of them.
I don't know all the details. They have the harvest. They have the horsepower harvest coming up in Blytheville, Arkansas, in Colorado City, Texas, on the end of October, and then in Maxton, North Carolina, is a half mile, and that's not until 2026. I guess that already happened in July. And then they have Bonneville in
Jack stands. He says salt flats are standing mile. What it is, it's a standing. You take off, and I watch them. Most of the cars are pretty high geared. They don't launch in a hurry. They and then they go and go and go, and you hear them shift, and they go and go and go, and you hear them shift, and then you hear the announcer go, like at a half mile, they go 152 miles an hour at the half, and then pretty soon they're at I guess they announce the 3/4 mile, and they're going a little faster, and then the 1 mile they're going like 190, and then the 2 kilometers they're hitting like 200 or something, and then they get their time slip and they come back, and it's really it's a really cool event, and but it's fast stuff, and there's guys out. Oh yeah, there's Bonneville Salt Flats. So there's there's also guys out there on motorcycles that are going over 200 miles an hour on a motorcycle. Holy crap! Do you really want to do that? I don't know. Mike Slater, yes, that event is great. That's in an airstrip in Blytheville. Yeah, it's Blytheville, Arkansas.
Yeah. And they have multiple events in multiple locations. So that's
Okay,
the
there.
ectamotorsports.com.
Put the
If you want to
link up.
learn more about it. We are not affiliated with them in any way except that's
No,
car stuff.
the way I learned about this is because of there's another channel called Junk Car Willie, not Junkyard,
Oh,
but
yes, he'll cover the event.
Junk Car Willie.
Is he doing it again this year?
Just, I don't know.
Sorry.
Junk Car Willie. You can go to his channel, and he's got all these archived videos. You can go back and you can watch it, and he's standing there and he shows the cars running, and it's pretty cool. You know, flying mile, except it's a flying mile and a quarter. Yeah. I watched a guy go 60 on a skateboard.
Damn.
Okay, can you move back to my picture again?
Absolutely. Let's get
Okay.
off of this.
Yeah, because people can go look at that if they want to look at it.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
We took a minute.
Now, this is one that Buddy Carfano sent in, and this was the kind of stuff that was in my high school years, although this would have been quite the car for a high school student because it's convertible. But I remember these 54 Fords. I remember those things around.
Nobody had anything like this when I was in high school. Nobody really had any 50 cars either. Somebody had a truck from the 50s, like a pickup truck.
This car would have been 18 years old. That would be like what the 26s are out now, so that would have been like a 2008 Ford, you know, which is pretty much a car nobody gives a shit about. You know, that's kind of what this was.
Gearhead said he watched a guy the other day get to 60 on a skateboard, and Hippie Long says that gives me brush burn memories. Oh man, oh, brush burn.
What about 200 miles an hour on a monkey bike? 50 miles an hour on a monkey bike's too fast.
They were going almost 60.
There was somebody
this year.
My best runs are 55 miles an hour, as fast as I could go down an 8th mile, and there were monkey bikes going 55. I'm thinking, you know, little tiny wheels, and if anything happens, they're going to go down. That's not going to be a fun ride. Yeah, they were supposed to be 330 feet, time through 330 feet, but they were going all the way to 660 to the 8th mile. So when they got to 330, they just stayed in it, you know, just kept going until they get to the end. And I don't know what was going on there. Maybe, what's his name? Ron. Maybe Ron's still in here. He can tell us what was going on there.
It was fast. I don't know. The track didn't have it worked out for the class. The way the class was designed and stated didn't actually occur because they ran it as a bracket and it wasn't designed or ruled as a bracket. But they changed the rules this year at the track.
There was
that's faster than your car.
You know what really worked out well?
What's that?
And it was kind of a last minute thing. You want to do a 6-cylinder class. We talked about it. About 3 weeks before the event, you wrote the rules. They posted them up there. They had a 6-cylinder event, and it was a fun event. I mean, we really really had a good time. And I hope next year they do the same thing. I even made
a trophy with John Wilburn's help.
Kim made a trophy, and it was...
and JB's Little Shop won.
JB's Little Shop got it.
And it was well-deserved. He kicked butt this year.
Who was it I thought got it, but he didn't because he broke out?
Yeah,
Sean O'Brien.
Yes, thank you. Good job. You get 2 points.
This is a 63 Ford Galaxy. Buddy Carfano sent that in.
Pretty.
This would have been a fairly new car. See this? I had a 64 Ford in high school. It was a 6-year-old car, but like I said, I saved 6 years and had 2 jobs, worked to get it. But this would have been more expensive because it was convertible. And this is actually a little nicer than my car was. Mine was, okay for a 64 Ford. But this one would have been more than most high school students could have afforded when I was in high school, but maybe a few years later they could have. Oh, Andrew Button's here. Oh, Andrew Button is here. You know what? I'm going to pull some pictures because let's see if I can find them. I got to scroll back through here. Sorry, everybody. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay, I'll pull up another one in the meantime.
Dead air.
Dead air. Yeah, we
Dead air.
have blackness in the background. Okay, so I'll bring this up, and then oh yeah, it's a '73 Mustang.
Nobody had that in high school.
Oh, in high school, when I was in high school, this car had not been built yet because I graduated in '72, and that's a '73. But it's a pretty nice car.
Jack Stands and Cinder Blocks will be bringing a motorcycle jacket for next year. They changed it to full track last year and told us full track this year. Yeah, they don't have the timing set up to run the races properly. And Jack Stands and Cinder Blocks won both the bracket race and the slow race this year. Congratulations. Well done.
Okay, now
Next year I'm coming for you.
I gotta find what I'm doing for Andrew Button here.
Honestly, I like building the mini bike, but I have no desire to actually ride the mini bike. It frightens me at this point. I want somebody else to do it.
There, Andrew Button made this last week and sent it in because I was talking about the Ford Taunus. Nobody knew what a Taunus was. So he found a Taunus and put me in it and sent it to me. So here we go. Thank you, Andrew. I'm now in the Taunus. That's a third generation Taunus, or maybe fourth. The second gen, which looked like a little 56 Ford, I really like. And then the one after that, I really like. And this would be the generation after that. No, these are okay too. I don't know why I like those so much, but I do. I don't think I have any pictures of Ford Taunus. I may have pictures of the Ford Taunus I like. Oh my
Jack
God.
Stands Cinder Block says some of the monkey bikes were faster than the inline 6 class. It wasn't an inline 6 class. It was just a six-cylinder
class.
But yes, a couple of monkey bikes were faster because light. And yeah. And because some people did a good job of building them this year.
That's the style Taunus I kind of liked. Those are okay. And then
I've never seen a car like that in person. That's
they were
wild.
well. Okay, my high school days, these were around. There weren't very many of them, but there were a few of them around. And it wasn't a real popular car, but they were around. And then
welcome back, Barracuda.
I'm trying to find. Oh, I don't know. I don't know where it is. I have so many pictures of Fords, and there's not many. Are they Taunuses or Taunai?
Mexican Spec asks, what happened on Kiwis Live? Give us a play-by-play. How's Kiwi doing?
Is that what's going on? Everybody's coming in from Kiwi.
I would think so. This is about the time. Welcome in, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Kiwi Live. Nothing wrong with going over there and checking things out. He's entertaining. Kiwi's got some stuff. Well,
it's unfortunate he's on the same time we were, or I would be in there on his live, but I'm not. I'm here.
So. I mean, he has interesting projects. He has the shop going, so he's always got cool stuff going through there.
I like what he does.
He's an interesting guy. Got nothing against him. We were here first, but we weren't here first because there was other people streaming at this time slot too.
I've got some pictures that I think are pretty cool. Here is a crew cab ranchero. I bet you never seen one of those.
I have not. Is that a real thing?
Somebody did that.
In high school?
No, somebody just did it. It's just a picture I have.
Are you pulling up those pictures again?
Can I pull up my pictures?
You can pull up pictures. Okay. Stray Bullet said nobody brought a turbocharged or supercharged 6-cylinder.
Yes, they did.
The winner had supercharged. Did. Yeah, JB's Little Shop has a supercharged 2.8 in his little trash truck.
He had a 2.8, little V6.
It's a nice little truck.
In a with a supercharger.
Welcome, Josh. Josh just came from Kiwi. Asbestos and tobacco.
Oh,
wonderful.
Sounds interesting.
I mean,
yeah, Kiwi's a guy from Kiwi Land. He's from New Zealand, and he's in Tennessee. And he builds old cars, and he's got customer cars that he works on. He's got one of his cars he's working on. And mostly Fords, but he does other things. And most of the Fords he does are like Cougars and Mustangs and like early ones, 60s cars. And he's a craftsman. He's meticulous kind of craftsman kind of guy. He's interesting to listen to.
Stray Bullet says, I can't believe nobody brought an Eaton M90 Supercharged 6. Well, I have not mentioned this, but it turns out someone brought a Buick Grand National Supercharged 3.8 liter V6.
Oh, and ran it in a six-cylinder.
And it just so happens that my little dart knocked him out in the second round.
How'd that happen? He
I
broke
won.
out. He broke.
Yeah.
Oh,
He had some kind of,
because it was a bracket race. You won.
he had some kind of problem at the starting line. Because I know I was most of the way down track, and I knew he'd be dialing a faster number and I'd get a head start. But I'm looking in my rearview mirror and I'm like, there is no way that car is fast enough to catch me. And I let off. I completely let off and coasted through the lights for the win. So I don't know what happened. And he must have been in a hurry to get home because I didn't get a chance to talk to him. He loaded it up on the trailer and was out of there. But yeah, faster is not always winning when you're at the track. There's other.
Yeah, straight bullet, 2.8 Chevy. Yeah, it's a 2.8 Chevy in an S10, early first generation S10. It was supercharged, and he won the six-cylinder bracket races. Can you bring this in a little bit? Buddy Carfano sent this. This kind of looks like a high school car. Looks a little worse than the ones I remember in high school, actually.
This looks kind of like mine. Mine had multicolored panels that had a green and orange and white. It was all pieces and it was very rusty. Just a lot like this. Old Volkswagen with the floors falling out of it.
Okay,
Hippie says Clarksville has some nice home prices. I was looking. The prices here are high. It
well,
is
it
expensive to
all
live
changed.
here. Taxes are high.
Taxes, as it goes in the rest of the country, taxes are not that high, but it was cheaper.
It's a really
like
nice
in the last
place to
couple
live.
of years, this property has doubled, more than doubled
Stupid
in value.
Zillow valuation
Well,
garbage.
and so of course my taxes went up, but
that's the first thing they did was raise your taxes.
as soon as the
Lovely.
property values went up, okay. So
they're right on that ball, I'll tell you. Kiwi actually correctly guessed my New Zealand automotive history trivia question tonight. Good job, Stray Bullet.
gave him a huge clue though. Okay, so Braden sent in a mini bike.
Jeez! What kind of engine is that? Look at how it has that's like a radial.
It looks like a rotary engine. I don't know.
It does.
It's like a Mazda rotary, only not a Mazda.
Maybe a snowmobile rotaries. They used to make them. The problem with that,
Mexican Spec's got it correct. He says the trust tax went up. You know what? I pay the trust tax. The trust has nothing except a piece of property.
I
have to support it with my Social Security that's this big.
Right.
So it's not like there's a big trust.
The trust's taxes did go up. We are responsible for all of the trust's expenses.
Yeah, that's where Buff and Kim live and many other YouTube peoples. Yeah, I don't know.
There's not really a lot of other YouTube people here in Clarksville, but Nashville area.
Who else is
Tennessee?
in Clarksville? There's one other YouTuber here that I know of.
Oh yeah, that guy who's
that guy.
Cranky, the cranky old man. Who is he? What's his name?
He's the same age I am. He told his age one time. He's the same age I am. It is, everybody knows.
I know the guy's face, and I know the way he talks. But I can't.
He's got 6 million subscribers or 7 million subscribers.
Very successful.
He's a very successful individual. That's right. And he's a nice guy.
But he does. He lives up by the airport.
Okay, can you back this out a little? Because I cannot back out any further. You can't?
Nope. That's as far as I can back it out. Oh, except I could do that.
Somebody's cool. Gonna tell who that other guy is.
Yeah, they'll get 2 points.
He's the king of clickbait.
Oh,
Red, green. No. Scotty, yeah, Scotty Kilmer. Yes. Hey, Mexican Spec gets a couple
Mexican Spec gets 2 points.
Scotty Kilmer. He is king of clickbait, and he lives.
Tavo's upside down.
See, we live. How did Tavo do that?
I don't know.
Tavo, I want to know how to do that. Now we got to flip.
Buddy Carafano gets 2 points
up.
as well because he said Scotty, even though he didn't get it first.
Tavo.
This one is legit. You could race this one, I think.
I love it with
Except
the
it
wheelie.
needs a chain guard.
No,
but
wheelie
otherwise,
bar.
it's
You need to put that wheelie bar down like where you're really close because you don't really want a wheelie.
yeah, you don't want to wheelie that high. Although, if you could stand on the back wheels, that'd be kind of neat. I don't know.
I do not know how to flip the text. You know, that Tavo's pretty clever, isn't he? Or maybe when you're down under it, he has to flip it right side up normally. Yeah, Tavo, how the hell do you walk around in your shop with your shoes stuck to the bottom of the earth?
I would get dizzy being upside down all the
I'd
time.
fall into the ceiling.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see here.
This one could be valid, but the other one was no good because it had the thing. And then this one, this is cars and cameras. And this is no good because you're only allowed to have one cylinder engine.
Actually said we were not allowed to extend the frame and add engines. No. They actually said that.
It's specifically and you're not allowed to have a variable speed belt transmission or a multi-speed gearing system of any kind. It's single speed and only chains for gearing. Overhead cam motor, yes. It is an overhead cam motor, you could, but the cost.
Yeah, where are you going to get that?
Becomes very expensive because you're not allowed to have any transmission, no gears. So those motors have.
If you had a motorcycle, you have to machine the transmission off. That would be.
Yeah, you'd have to remove the transmission to use that engine, and you could, but money.
Tavo, yeah, I have to flip it to Northern Hemisphere mode. I forgot to do that earlier.
Oh, good job, Tavo. Yeah.
Do you have magnetic shoes or something so you can walk around in your shop? How does he make the car stick to the ceiling or stick to the earth? The ceiling's down there. I don't know. I gotta go down there sometime.
I would send more pics, but it's over 2 hours already. Mexican Spec sells cars, or he brokers cars from Mexico, rust-free, often restored, super cool cars, classic cars, and we usually take a moment to talk about Mexican Specs, but look at that twin cylinder.
I was gonna say,
that's too much motor
for
a mini bike.
That looks pretty cool.
Make sure you're checking out Mexican Spec on Instagram and YouTube because he is super big supporter of us. He heckles us a lot.
He heckles us a lot, but he's supportive.
He's tough. But I was looking at Mexican Spec just put up a video about a Volkswagen Rabbit.
Okay, I was going to ask you to do this, but I'm not going to. I'm going to ask Mexican Spec to do it. Can you put up links to your whatever you want to? I would really like your Instagram up here because your Instagram is a very good site. I know some people don't do Instagram, but man, if you want to see
most people already know about Mexican Spec stuff.
If you want to see the cars, that's the one.
Yeah.
And it's the best Instagram site out there. And then, and whatever else you want. Go ahead and put your
I had one of them Volkswagen Rabbits, and I had a Rabbit diesel when I was a kid. And one of my first cars was a brown four-door Volkswagen Rabbit. And, man, I would still like to have that car. It was a good little car. There he is, Mexican Spec. I'm sorry we didn't speak more about you, Mexican Spec, but Tavo missed the pick subject of this week. We were talking earlier. We're on to mini bikes somehow, but
just like that's where we went.
Oh, because the winner of the event came in and started talking, so we shifted a little bit. But we were talking about high school cars that people wanted or owned when they were in high school, and we talked about a lot of stuff. You will want to watch the replay. I think it was entertaining tonight.
What? I think we have one of these engines, don't we? That just looks familiar.
Yeah, that's the standard 212 Honda clone.
So that's the engine that's on your orange mini
That's
bike.
pretty much on all the mini bikes, yeah.
Okay. But I remember that red.
You're not allowed to put anything much bigger than that on there, and it's the cost-effective sort of thing. You cannot put a multi-cylinder engine on those that class of mini bike. So although this is amazing, you would not be allowed to run it in the class. So no one's really doing it.
See, Tavo says, okay, not many had cars at my high school.
No.
Okay, so it was different there.
In America, a lot of kids got cars.
Yeah.
Some of them bought their own. Others were given cars by grandma and grandpa or mom and dad. And some of them had very strict rules. I remember a lot of the kids did have very strict rules about when they were allowed to have the car and what they were allowed to use the car for. And they, if anything happened to the car, they would not get another car. But they, it wasn't that way always either. And we lived in I grew up in a very, very nice suburban part of the area. Now, I lived in a dumpy place. Although, I mean, we did the best to take care of our stuff.
Hey, Tanner's here.
We were not affluent. Like most of the people moved to our neighborhood, bought brand new houses. But we lived in this old... Underneath the aluminum siding, our house was clapboard. So our house was from the late 1800s. Everybody else's house was built in the 60s, and so like everybody else was like had nice jobs and stuff like that and good. It was just, up and coming kind of place to live, and we were not in an up and coming income bracket.
Hippie long lost Tavo. Do you guys carry boomerangs and holsters?
Of course. They had a boomerang rack instead of a gun rack in their car.
Can you make this a little bigger? That's a 68 dart. You can tell a couple of reasons because I know the
round lights in the grill.
I know the grill, but it's also got the little round.
It's got the little round.
These things, these guys. It's got those guys. So
that you should have given back to Ray.
I know, but I haven't drawn them yet because I'm lazy. I gotta get my cat up and running. I'm sorry. It's just like one more thing. There's always one more thing, isn't there?
Well, don't commit.
And Vintage, I watched your video of your trip there and what you did there and your trip home. Pretty good video, man.
Welcome back, Mike. He says he's regained his live chat. I think I'm a minute behind your comment, though, so if it seems a little off, I'm just lagging myself.
So then, here's another one from Buddy Carfano. Man, would I like to have that. I was looking for one of those when I got the Z7.
They are all so roached and overpriced.
They're roached and they want crazy stupid money for them.
Loot. For cars with no motors that are completely rotted out, they want more than what he paid for his Ford.
And the interiors are thrashed. Just like rats living in them.
Terrible.
And they want, like
if there's any interior in them
18 grand for it or something.
Busted glass, just roached out.
Your head says Sloga. Well, see, the thing about that is, if I had one of those that was as nice as my Z7, it'd have my 350 Chevy in it, because I got a fresh engine sitting there. Of course, now we gotta take it apart because maybe the rats.
I see it. There's an El Camino your Chevy would go right in. I know where it's at. I haven't told you about it though because I don't want to buy.
What year El Camino is it?
74. 78.
Oh, it's the same body style as like Dylan's car, or is it the boxy one that was after that? 78.
78.
Yeah, I don't really like that one. You sit kind of high in those things and kind of boxy. They're just not very.
That's why it's for sale because it's not really the desirable
It's not the one. Yeah, the El Camino I'd really want would be a 68. Although any of them from 68 through 70, any of them from 64 through 72 would be fine, Oh, here
Dean
we go.
says, I'm glad you were not affluent. It sounds filthy rich. There were people that were obscenely rich.
But you know what? You know what happens to people like that? They don't know how to fix stuff.
No.
And that's why you know how to fix stuff, because you had to fix it if you wanted it.
I am a product of my environment, but I don't know if it's a good thing or not. I don't know.
Okay, and
I'm glad I know how to do things. I'm resourceful and self-reliant, but it's because I always had to be.
This needs to be backed out a little bit.
I know how to use YouTube University.
Is this Tavo? Tavo
sort
sent
my
this.
way out of problems.
Tavo sent this.
Yeah?
Is that you when you were a kid?
I'll bet. Oh, man. I had a Kawasaki 185 DS. So it was like a big, heavy, sort of not very good on dirt. And I flipped it over and it landed on top of me. Boy, did it break me that day. In the mud. I messed up a brake. And it like did this and then on top of me. And I was like, ow! Big, heavy, hot motorcycle land on top of me. Not good. And
that's
push it
that's
home
him in 1973. That's Tavo.
Wow, it's 73.
Yeah, and vintage. Yeah, I'm downloading your stuff right now.
XR75. Boy, does that look like a dream toy for a kid. So cool. So cool.
Okay, so this is
Oh no. Andrew Button says he recently had to sell his 69 red on red Nova SS396
oh
because
my
he's too
god,
ill to fit. I'm so sorry, Andrew. I hope it went to someone good and that the sale helps you with some things.
man,
Oh
that'd be
man.
quite a car.
It's still just a car. But, oh man.
I had a '69 Nova, but mine had a 307 and an automatic in it. But I wish I still had it because you could. They're so easy to just put anything, you know. Hippie Long says the only Nova he wants 66 or 7. Those look good, but I don't like the chassis on them. They're okay, I guess.
That looks like
But
about
they
a
look cool, but they're.
that looks like about a 73, 74.
This belongs to Tanner.
Oh, did he just send that
He
to
just
us?
sent it. Yeah, he
Is he
just sent it.
here? I
Yeah,
haven't
he's
seen him.
here. I said hi to him. We've been talking to him.
Vintage?
Yeah,
Where? I don't see any.
he came in.
There
And
he
we're
is.
talking to him
I'm
and
sorry,
everything.
Tanner.
What happened?
I'm off in my own world.
What is
Broke
this? I sent you a
down.
picture of my scamp from earlier today. It's on my road. See, now I know what his road looks like because he shows himself coming up this place with a. There's a home there, and
Careful, he'll find
then
you
there's
on MapQuest.
and
He
there's all
loves
this
looking for
and
people's
there's
houses.
and there's all this cars and stuff sitting there.
Where do you find all these cool old cars, Tanner?
It's a pretty cool looking place.
Where? How do you afford all these cool old cars? Man,
I think they were probably there, and he's like us. He's just got because you can't go out and buy stuff like that. But if you already got it, it's all right, Kim. You're in La La Land. You in La La Land?
guess I am.
That's what a friend of mine used to say. He drove sprint cars. He's one of the guys I used to sponsor, and he had a muffler shop next to me. And he says you get one of these crashes in a sprint car. You've seen like a wing sprint, and you tumble and everything, you end up stopped, and you're kind of. He goes for a few minutes you're sitting there, and he goes, you're in La La Land, and then you're awake, but he goes, nothing makes any sense for a couple of minutes, and then you're okay, and you can climb out of the car, and everything's fine. But he used to call that La La Land. Oh, here we go. Bunny Carpano says, I got to pull this up. 68 El Camino. Yeah, and that's what Anna's boyfriend had there. He had a 68 El Camino, but his SS396. And it was black.
Black and really shiny. Pretty.
Okay, now I've got other ones here. And this is from Tahoe. I'm downloading.
Coal is always catching on fire, says Stray Bullet. That's what it does. It's dinosaurs. Yeah. That's what used to power the dinosaurs was coal.
That's Tahoe.
Look at him go with his Yamaha
I got to
racing
go back
suit.
to see what he said. What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? He says, my first Yamaha, 1976, YZ80.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably remembers that like it was yesterday, and it's not yesterday. Oh, here we go. I'm trying to download these, and they're going a little bit slow. Mark Sauvé, fossil fuels is a myth. Well, it's a term we use, and everybody knows what they mean.
It's made from real dinosaurs. What are you talking about?
So I'm not gonna argue whether it came from dinosaurs or whether it comes from high pressure.
The black blood of the earth. Does anybody know what that's from? What movie that's from?
What did I just download here?
I remember. It's the black blood of the earth. You mean
Okay,
oil?
I think.
No, it's the black blood of the earth.
I think I can just do this. Yeah, Braden sent, or actually Faith sent this in. Oh, I can't make that go where I want it to.
It's a Mustang.
That's a 61 or 2, don't know which, Corvette.
No. Corvettes are made by Chevrolet. It would have a big bow tie on the side.
Bow tie. And then this was also sent in by
Yamaha. Look how fast he's going. You could
But
tell
I
by the
can't-
blurry
you're
background
you're like
and the
wait
dust.
your zoomification
Look at
needs
the
to be
dust.
fixed.
It's going fast. That's all you need to know. It's going fast. Cause you look at dust. Dust. It's like doing a burnout. Look, you can't even see the spokes on the front wheel because they're spinning so quick. That guy is the coolest. Cooler than Kool-Aid, man.
Okay, let's see what else.
Moisture sets coal veins on fire. I did not know that, Gearhead. I know they used to party in the old coal mines and they would make campfires down there and that would set the friggin' walls on fire.
God,
Stupid
Braden send in
kids.
another too many. I'm gonna just download a few of these, Braden, because there's just way too many pictures here.
Oh, we don't have time in the day to go
No,
through that many pictures again.
I'm just gonna click on a couple of them here. And
Like
then,
I don't want to be
and
on
then
that
that's
much.
it.
We're
That's
at
it.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to keep going there. So I'm gonna.
How much horsepower? All of it. I want all the horsepowers.
I paid for the whole speedometer. I want to use the whole speedometer. You know. So he sent this. Hyundai. Don't know why he sent that. It's like something we probably can't get.
Josh Homan. Yeah. Josh says it's better if the coal waits to be taken out of the ground before it burns. It's much more fuel efficient. Right? But I guess you could drill wells and pump like some kind of stuff down in there and extract the thermal energy.
That is a.
It's just lazy. They could do that.
That's a car on the moon.
Oh.
I'm not sure what that is. It's
Are there cars on the moon?
There are. Yes, there are actually, but they're electric cars, if you can believe that.
Teslas.
They're not Teslas.
I wish they'd all be on the moon.
Let's see.
I really don't care.
They would kick up a lot of dust. Tesla actually would run on the moon, I think. Let's see here. So,
I don't know what that is.
neither do I. It's something Braden sent in.
Why'd you bring it up then?
I don't know. I just brought up his pictures. That's all. I'm not like trying to figure out what they are. Okay. Then Tanner sent in. I'm downloading. It takes a minute to get this into.
Mama M3 is here. Welcome in.
Tanner sent this in. That looks like it could be fun.
You know what, Tanner, I have your contact information and I have Colleen's. Do you want me to forward it?
He tells how you can do that. You can always get in touch with me through my email. Probably go to his channel. His email's probably listed.
Okay.
If he says you can get a hold of me with email, probably can.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm giving out your phone number to all my friends, Tanner.
Okay.
I have not gone through my contact book and sent out emails, so I'm sorry.
And this is
I will.
Once again, this is Tavo.
Those are Korean cars, says Braden.
Oh.
Okay. We're off topic. We're way off topic. Why? How did we get to dirt bikes tonight?
We just did.
Okay.
That's Tavo as well.
Wow.
428. Hey, that's a Ford number. Oh, and then Tanner says it's okay if you share it with her. It's fine.
She has my number and she doesn't harass me. So I'm sure she's fine.
She doesn't harass you? She doesn't harass me either.
She should actually message me more. Because friendly.
I remember she messaged me about something a long time ago, and I don't remember what it was. It's been that long. Okay. I just downloaded some from Faith. That's the last. I'm not downloading any more tonight.
No, don't send any more pictures tonight. Oh, you know what we haven't done? We haven't discussed what the
Yeah,
topic
what we're
for
gonna
next
do
week
next.
is going to be.
Next, what we're gonna do next. I'll get it out yet next
Luis
week.
says he doesn't know how to drive a motorcycle. What?
Well, you know what you do.
You got to learn the shift pattern. That's different. It's usually down, up, up, up to go faster.
If he even knows what you're talking about.
Yep, I know.
Okay, I don't know why this four-door 57 Chevy is of interest.
Tires for the Spitfire?
Oh, here you go. Yeah, chase me with that.
Oh my goodness, I would
What is
laugh.
this, Josh? Speaking of Korean vehicles, Hubnut just raffled off a, I don't know how to pronounce that properly, Sangyang. Those things were all over in England. So I saw them, but I don't know how to pronounce it properly.
Mark Sauvé knows. 1 down, 4 up.
And here's another Isetta. That's a backwards Isetta. What happened? I'm trying to see. Oh, you're gonna have to move your head because I can't see the. That's a because our Isetta is the door opened the other direction. Are you kidding me? They made it go the other way. I don't know. That's really strange. And the picture's not backwards because the midget behind it's written correctly. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, next week. What are we going to do next week?
Buddy Carafano suggested the year 1974.
For what? Just like show 74
Well,
cars?
for a while there, we were just doing a single year, and we were doing all the cars from that year. We could go back to that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Barry Kudus says he said a CR250 once that had a XR500 motor in it. That would be crazy, stupid fast. Wow.
Oh, Tanner says, I sent in my dirt bike stuff because Davos sent in dirt bikes. Yeah, well, what happened was we were on one subject when we kind of worked into the mini bikes because of the races at Sykeston, and
Because
then
Jack standing cinder blocks, he was the winner, so he was
got
talking.
into bikes, and it just sort of happened. It's okay.
Oh, and I showed pictures of my exploded flywheel earlier.
Oh yeah,
broken
flywheel that disintegrated.
It spontaneously. Well, it wasn't completely spontaneous. It exploded.
Braden says we should do 1970 to 1980 motorcycles.
I don't know if our audience.
I don't really want to do motorcycles. I mean, we there's some motorcycle stuff, but I don't really want to do motorcycles because I don't do that. Pretty sure a monkey bike can outrun that cop car. Yeah, probably.
Oh my gosh, that would be so freaking hilarious. Trying to chase a monkey bike with this car, because this monkey bikes go almost 60 miles an hour now.
Well, see, there it is. That's a.
That would be hysterical. Can you imagine a cop trying to jump out of that car? They have to open the front.
Gotta give the cops those cars. See, Andrew Budd says, so the Isetta door opened toward whatever side of the cars on the sidewalk was on. You know, and that's possible because the Isettas here are all hinged the other direction. So, I guess it would because the driver's on the other side. That makes sense. Yeah, if it's right-hand drive, the hinges would have to be over there because that's where the steering wheel goes with the door, and there's like a slip yoke there. Yeah, it totally makes sense. That's pretty funny. I never even thought about it. In Canada, they open from the top. Yeah, because they're up toward the top of the world. The opens like it's a going Isetta. Steering wheel goes up with it. Some kind of funky linkage.
Ray is still here.
I thought Ray took up, but he's
Mama,
still here.
the piece that hit me was my leg was against the housing. And so when it exploded, it like ballooned the housing, but it did not come out of the housing. So it just, I felt the explosion, but luckily I was very protected. It turned out that I wasn't hurt. It hit me pretty hard, but I don't even have a bruise because it was like spread out and I was wearing jeans and I'm okay.
You know, Vintage, right. he has all these years of cars he has around there. When you came in, I was really looking around at all the cars you have there, and I noticed some, like maybe there was a Torino there, and there were some other, there were all different makes of cars. It would be interesting if you sent those in next week. just pictures of them. Um, yeah, how do they open the door? Down under, it goes down.
Vintage's Adventure has a lot of different cars he could send pictures of.
Braden says, I'm a fatty at 235 pounds, but how tall are you? Yeah, where's Bruce K? Haven't seen him.
I don't know. Maybe you got raptured.
Okay. What are we doing next week? There's no decision on it. It's at 74. 74 is an interesting year. We could do 74 and then whatever cars
Vintage
you have.
has a 74. Send us pictures of your 74, Vintage.
And
show us all about it.
And 74 and other cars. You got 74? Yeah.
Right. We can always want to see your projects, but we're going to go back to where we do a year, not just a topic, but a year. So we're going to try 1974. Send us pictures. What's your favorite car? Sports car, family car, all the things from 1974. Send us dealership pictures, historical pictures, modern pictures, prototype cars, all the things. 1974. Boy.
You skip,
what?
Skip the yellow line down there.
Oh, before we go? Yes.
I don't want that to go. Right
no
now.
Advertisements at end of stream.
Okay. So, I'm slumped way down. I know that looks like crap. I'm starting to slide off the chair. I don't remember. Oh, Braden says 5'7", 235 pounds. Yeah, it's a little chunky. I was there once, and I'm 5'7", but I'm nowhere near that now.
Jack Stands and Cinderblocks asked, was that a cast iron flywheel? It was. It was an aftermarket one that has the magnets also on the inside for like a charging whirler inside. And so the impact of the clutch grabbing on the jack shaft was enough to jar the flywheel so hard on the center shaft, and the woodruff key in the shaft was so strong that instead of the woodruff key shearing off, the flywheel exploded as the woodruff key expanded it. It was a failure that should never have happened.
That's right where the crack started.
The key should have sheared before the flywheel explodes, but it was not very well matched parts. Anyways, I've got an aluminum flywheel if I want to run on order, if I want to run one next year.
Oh, you ordered one?
I did. I broke down and bought one. It was like $25.
Vintage says
my big splurge this
he's
month.
5'8" at 155 pounds. You know what? He looks normal. He was a really normal-looking young guy, and a lot of fun to be around.
I hope you enjoyed your date, Tanner. He was supposed to go roller skating with somebody.
What did Dean Stevenson say? It scrolled away, but he said, I think he said silicon chips were his favorite. I'm wondering what he dips them in.
Top quality Chinesium alloy. Only the best Chinesium alloy. That's right.
Mike Slater. He and I are about the same weight, size. Okay. We're gonna wrap it up here. So, yeah. What else there's more in here. Faith, I got another one from you, but I'm not downloading any more pictures tonight because we're 2 hours and 38 minutes into this. So we're 2 hours and 38 minutes into a 2-hour show, but that's okay. I enjoy it.
Mama asked something as important. Would I recommend that they mandate a billet flywheel? No, but I do think that they should enforce having a proper metal flywheel cover like the factory style, because that's what protected me.
Right.
It was enough to protect me.
It's like a scatter shield.
Yeah, I think it's sufficient, but I think it has to be present, because without that, I could have gotten hurt. Yeah. And Tanner's fast. Just watch him light fireworks. All right, thank you, Mexican Spec, and our moderators. Thank you, everyone who has made donations recently to the channel. We will be back on Thursday night at 10 o'clock for Cleanup Crew.
This one-eyed cat just got here. Now I feel bad.
Well, that's all right. You're going to have to catch us on the replay because we're done for tonight.
Just stopped in right as we're leaving. So
we'll be here Thursday. Next week we're doing 1974, and we're going to call it.
Barracuda says at 16 I was 6 foot, still am. He's still 16. How'd you pull that off? Okay.
I don't know how. That's amazing. Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you,
See you-
everyone, for being here.
See you
We
Thursday.
truly enjoy being here.